Well, good evening everyone. Welcome back to another stream to be Overthunk by Sharky. We are back here again for another week of Jaffa Factory. So let's get into it. Good evening, Katooth, joining us in the chat there. Thanks for tuning in, and a special thank you to everyone catching up on this later on our YouTube channel. Thank you to all the recent subscribers that have suddenly shown up. Much appreciated. Glad you've been enjoying the series, and I hope we can get on with some more productive stuff this time around. We need to make good progress tonight because we are going to be busy the next couple of Mondays, starting from next week and the week on. Katooth Katooth scaring me for a moment there, saying that I've got the volume right down, but nope, it was Katooth's volume that was right down. Never mind. I know Skeever's was really quiet one week, but I think that was just our mic. But yes, we've got to make sure we get lots of good stuff done this week because we are busy the next couple of Mondays. So it might be a while before we get back here. Remains to be seen. So let's and we'll talk about that later. Let's look around for a moment. Let the world load in. Let's admire the lovely fan there. At least the reverse side of it. I wonder when the time comes for us to colour the front of it. Presumably the colour goes through to the reverse side as well. Like we're not just dyeing one face of it. Presumably we would dye both front and back. Probably should have looked at it when we dyed it green, lime green that time by accident. But I'm sure it'll be coloured on both sides. That's fine. Anyway, so what is the plan? Well, let's see. So last time we went through that tough machine. Did a bunch of stuff in the tough machine. Looks like an egg tooth. Indeed it does. We went over and sorted out our tough machine, way over there. We'll go over and have a good look at it in a sec. In the sense that it's got all the elements we need for tough. It's semi-automatic at the moment. It's automatically harvesting millions of stone blocks, courtesy of the cracked egg windmill. I don't mind that, a cracked egg. It's sort of snapped in two halves like that. But we've still got to manually run it through some things ourselves. And so today we are going to attempt to improve upon that slightly and see what we can do in terms of going from just automated stone into eventually automated ender pearls by means of automated gold, which is going to get fed to this guy, or another copy of you at least, waiting patiently for eggs. Not eggs. Looking at that egg sitting there, waiting patiently for gold. You've got eggs on demand. So let's run around the back and just remind ourselves / admire our handiwork from last time. We've got all these drills. Something of the order of 4 drills per type of block. 4 andesite drills, 4 cobble drills. Ish, for these sorts of things. Some of these are obviously not spinning because we didn't have enough thingamybobs for them. So what are we missing? We needed to get a bit more andesite and stuff to be able to do what we need to do. Obviously we're getting just loads of stuff in here now, like 3 stacks worth of andesite, and by 3 stacks I mean 3 quick maths 64 128 16, so 3 16 tuple stacks, 48 stacks worth, plus like 3 more. There we go. 51 stacks of andesite. So we have a load of it. Everything else is a bit lower. Diorite's catching up, granite's low. But that's just because we've got all the andesite drills going, right? I think we need some of these guys going too to catch them up. So let's just quickly make a few more shafts, and Yeah, 3 killer blocks. Nice. Quickly make a few more shafts, just so we got those going. And then we will think through to, yeah, so... I'm forgetting everything. Yes, andesite alloy, that's what it is. So zinc nuggets with andesite. Right. Yes, exactly, because we were pumping a bunch of stuff through here. Yes, there's some gold. We were getting the zinc from there. We were converting that. Getting the andesite alloy. Let's have a look. So what do we have here, zinc-wise? That's fine. We can... 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's 36 more andesite alloy. So let me grab a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll put those together and we'll make a couple of those. Alright, and what's missing a thing? This guy. Can I can. Now here's the next question, can I do this? I can. Amazing. Alright. There we go. Like that. And like that. So they're going. And these are going. And these are going. Right. It's all happening. Exactly, I know, right? If I should be pivoting around when I'm standing on the belt. Physics is a bit off. I didn't expect to be able to stand up there consequence free like that. Okay, so we obviously can put some more drills on here, but we've got so much output. We do not need to do that at all. Let me just move some things out the way. And get a bit of this on the go. And I think Skeevers wants to have a quick chat, so I'll just mute. Alright, and we're back. Thank you for that brief moment of muting there. You guys would have caught all that. my attempts to throw stone in here, forgetting you've got to chuck them, placing granite instead of throwing granite. But there we go. So I'm just shoving a bit more through, just so it's not completely idle while I think about and explain what we've got to do. So the plan for today is, tonight we are going to set up over here a system of, I'm thinking like 4 mechanical mixers, 4 basins, kind of like maybe just like a row of them along there or something, if I can fit 4 in a row, or like 2 by 2 or something, or staggered, whatever it's going to take. Position 4 of them in a strip along here, fed to by that chest, so we can have stones all getting shipped into the basin, so that they're getting constantly mixed, and then we need to be drawing out of the basin automatically the tuff that's being generated, and then we're going to make a whole second crushing wheel contraption, since we can make crushing wheels using this made up here. Make a set of crushing wheels over here that they can just feed directly into, because the output of the tuff just comes straight out into here, into this chest. This is everything. These are all the things that it's going to generate, and that's our final step. Like, nothing else needs to go through the heat blasting or anything like that. All we would want to do with these nuggets, at the very least, is compact them together, right? I'd want to take these copper nuggets, put 9 of them together to make a copper ingot, and the same for all of these. Put 9 of these together to make a zinc ingot out of them. We can always turn them back, even though we want zinc nuggets quite a lot. Same with electrum. Yes, 9 of them together to make an electrum ingot, and obviously 9 golds together somewhere to make a gold ingot. And can we even put 9 flint together? We put 4 flint together. Oh wait, no, flint block, we've looked at that before. That's like a building block. There it is. Block of flint, exactly. And that can get turned back into flint. Great, so that's not the end of the world. That can get compressed as well. And the way I'm imagining doing that, let's just take this stuff out of here and feed it through the machine as well. Just keep some on the go while we're chatting. The way I'm imagining that happening in the end of things is ultimately using some of these sophisticated storage chests again, because the upgrade we've got in this one, for instance, we put ourselves an advanced magnet upgrade in there to be able to suck up items. But I'm pretty sure sophisticated storage at sophisticated storage. Pretty sure there's an upgrade in here, like a compression upgrade or something. That's a crafting upgrade. Auto blasting. Let's start from the start. So, pick up, filter, feeding, compacting, that's it. Compacting upgrade. Advanced compacting upgrade. Compacts items into their compressed variants, both 2x2 and 3x3 recipes with more filtering options. So if I were to put an advanced compacting upgrade into one of these refined, sophisticated storage chests, then that would mean that a chest receiving all these ingots at the very end of the line of this process, receiving nuggets at the end of this process, would just compress them into ingots automatically as they go in, which is great. That sort of gives us our final polished product. And that's okay. That's going to take a diamond as expected to make the advanced version of these things, and then it's just a bunch of pistons and whatnot. So that's not bad at all. That's totally acceptable. Okay. So in terms of that's ticking through nicely. So in terms of the process, I'm thinking, just by the sheer amount of stuff we're getting here, any kind of like belt system or hoppers series or whatever of trying to physically move items from this chest over to this area to like put into here is going to be far too slow, right? At the rate that this is gaining items, like just look at the numbers at the top of the screen there. At the rate this is gaining items, and we can make this 4 times faster. So at this rate, there's no way we can ship items in a physical, real-world sense. So what I was thinking, when I was thinking about this throughout the week, is option number 1, we just plug this chest directly into our computer. Right, so that all of these items are just within the computer now, just like our chests at the back are the computer storage. We just add this to the storage bus of the computer's memory. So the computer can just see this, alright, see this chest, and then we can output from the computer system directly into the mixers. Now, what is this? It's refined, sophisticated, it's refined storage. So, all this sort of stuff. So we had... Yeah, exactly. So we've got the external storage bus thing, but then there's also just importer and exporter. As I understand it, importer is for importing objects into the network, and exporter is for exporting objects out of the network. And whenever I used to do stuff with refined storage, for some reason I would always get these mixed up. Maybe it's like different in like other mod packs or something, but for some reason I couldn't wrap my head around these correctly. So I think I can just use these exporters to push items out of the computer network straight into like a basin. And I can probably like put a filter or something on it, or it probably comes with a filter. I can tell it exactly what to export, and fill the basins up with items directly. And that should be effectively instantaneous, right? Near enough to instantaneous. So there's no physical transfer of items. Hello there. Hi, gents. It's all just kind of digitally happening. So that was my first thought throughout the week, that I could do that. I could kind of connect that to the computer system in order to do that. Yes, it does risk overloading the computer system, and you're right, Katooth, this was now option B, which I then immediately considered. Why not make a separate computer system? Why not make a really small, compact, dummy computer network just for this chest, just to transfer items 10 blocks over that way? I do have the lava right here to power the second computer. However, that's a good point. I did not even think of that. I wasn't going to use lava generators for the second computer. I was actually going to do something completely different. But you're right. I could put... I mean, it won't be anywhere near as efficient as the other ones, but I could sit lava generators very inefficiently just on top of all these. That's actually kind of smart, and maybe better than what I was thinking. What I was thinking, seeing as though we're in Windmill District over here, is if we go into Mechanism, so the generator that we were doing, the lava... No, that's not it there. Where is it? No. It'll be in here somewhere. It'll be at the end. There it is. The heat generator. Right? Well, the other classic generators from Mechanism are the solar panels. So we can do them. Or, they do have windmills. They have their own wind generator. And I kind of thought, wouldn't it be a bit jokesy if we had a tiny little windmill powering this computer system behind the giant windmill? You know, there's a mechanical windmill giving mechanical create power, and then there's like this little mechanism windmill giving mechanism FE power or whatever. Sort of, I thought that the duality of that might be funny. But yeah, the heat generator play is actually really smart now that you say that. Yeah, and it's a good... You're right, it's a good excuse, Katooth, to cover up all that exposed lava. Because otherwise, yes, we should put some sort of covering strip on here at the very least. Like, we've got our catwalk here over the water. We could conceivably just have catwalks over here. So you just physically can't walk in the lava. You just have to walk a catwalk. But can you attach the mechanical windmill to the sails of the big windmill? I could, but then it would be very hard to get the power out of it. Like, I could glue it to that, and it could spin as part of it, but it wouldn't be attached to anything else. I couldn't wirelessly extract the power out of it. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to make some of this stuff. Like, oh no, I could. The wind generator does require osmium. Infused alloy is fine. Energy tablets are fine. It's just getting a bunch of this, you know. Oh, there's a bit of osmium here, but no, it's fine. We might need to get a bit of osmium. It may not give much power though. This stores up to 80,000 FE. That stores up to 64,000 FE. The advanced solar generator stores as much as the wind generator, but storage capacity is not an indication of generation speed. And of course the solar ones do only generate during day, when the sun is up. And they take a lot of infused alloy. And a lot of osmium. No, they're going to take way too much osmium. Each wind generator takes 4 osmium for a wind generator. Heat generator, well, that takes 1 osmium per heat generator. it does have like sort of that output port at the back. I don't know that you can output the power from other directions. So we'd have to do a weird sort of thing where we have like heat generator, cable in the middle, connecting the back of two of them so it can come out, and do that all the way along. So you'd have like a block of 3, 3, 3, 3 sort of thing, which is a shame because we've got 10 blocks along here. 3, 6, 9. You'd have to have a gap of 1, like at one end, but that's acceptable. I could have a gap there covered with a slab or something. I don't know. There isn't an easier way to do that. Like I could just make it out of 5 or something instead of out of 3. But that would look silly. But I think we're doing that. I think we're making... Let's maybe just make it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make 8 heat generators. And let's use that in a cables to hide all of this. So that's our first step. We're going to start making some power over there, so we can get like a mini computer system going. So we need, and this is just running at, running at constant power. So osmium, oh, we got 26 osmium. We're fine. We're fine. All right. So if we're making 8 of these planks, that's fine. So we need 8 furnaces. Oh wow, cobbled deep slate. No. I'm not using that. Just use actual cobblestone. That's not 8. We need more just regular cobblestone in the computer. Let's just steal some cobble from over here, because the computer should just have a bunch of cobble in it, right? Like that's just a necessary block. Seven, 8. Okay, so there's 8 furnaces. Alright, so we should be able to just make 8 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, in terms of cable, which we don't appear to have any of, basic universal cable. Alright. Basic universal cable is, of course, the slowest or the least capacity. Advanced is like immediately like 17 times, 16 times better than that. Probably 16. It's Minecraft after all. Presumably it transfers it faster, whether we need it to transfer faster. Just steel and redstone. Oh, and we just use an infused alloy to upgrade it. Well, that's amazing. We have a bunch of that. That needs the fancy stuff. So maybe we go. Well, nah, let's not bother. We'll only do that if we have to. How much steel do we have? We've got like 8 mechanism steel. And how do I make mechanism steel? Oh, by blasting steel dust, and steel dust is just enriched iron, the metallurgical infuser. Okay, yeah, so we take iron, we coal it to make it enriched, we coal it a second time to make it steel dust, and we blast it to make steel ingots. So that's fine, we can make a bunch more if we have to. But we've got 8, which means we can make 1, 2, 3, so now there's 2 left. We'll see how that goes. These really don't stack. Wow. Alright. So I gotta do this without destroying the lava. But let me just put that there. That there. Let me think this through. No, I don't need to go doing that. So I'll just put the cable in. Because I can stick this on the end and this will just smartly orient itself the wrong way. Okay, this is bad. It's getting power, but of course the power's not going to the cable because it's plugged around the wrong way. And I can't like change sides or anything. Mechanism. Is there a mechanism wrench? Just because. What am I doing? I can't even spell mechanism. Oh, it's not mechanism. What is it? Yeah, I cannot spell mechanism. Mecha. Just because if I break that, there's a high probability it just falls into the lava. And most of these mods tend to have a type of wrench. Configurator. Oh, I don't think that's it. Not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. Okay, it's surely not the configurator. We just break it and we hope for the best. Stand practically in the block. Jump in the lava if we have to. Okay, there we go. Ah, we're fine. So it goes the opposite way from where we're facing when we place it. So we need to do that to place it against that. Like that. That's actually the strategy here. So what we really need is, oops, whoa, good thing there's cable there. That, like that. We can cable, oops, we can cable like that. And we can break this one. And we can just go like that. And then we similarly need one there. And go like that. Break that. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Now we can power up from out of them. We'll do the same thing over this side. Go there. Do it there. One there. One there. Cable through there. Cable through there. Alright, now the lava's safe. Now you can't walk into the lava anymore. Everything's completely closed off. That one's turned to grass. Okay, there we go. We can no longer step into the lava. And that lava's not going to hurt the computer. It's not going to hurt any heat generators. That's fine. These are okay. I was going to say, it looked like the heat generator is not getting any power build up, but that's because all the power is filling up in the cables. Cables are filling up. Now the heat generator can back up. There we go. Because it's making like next to nothing. It's producing literally 2 Fe per tick. Well, yeah, it is 2 Fe per tick. But that's fine. They're filling up. They're doing their job. This computer's not going to need tons of power, but there are 8 generators here. So this will be fine. So we want, in order to, we're probably going to need a bunch more of these. So let me make a few more, which means probably make a heap more steel. So let's take half a stack of iron and a stack of coal in the metallurgic infuser, because we've got to doubly enrich this, so it'll get all enriched once, and then we'll put it back in for a second go. But let me just make a few more with the last that we've got. So we need an external storage bus thing and a controller. We don't need like a crafting grid. We don't actually need a terminal over there because we're not doing any interacting with things. We just need a controller to be able to recognize that there's an external storage and then there's other things it's connecting to. Yeah, and look at that. The external storage chews through 6 Fe per tick. Alright? And each heat generator is producing 2 Fe per tick. So that's fine. There's an indication of our rate of power. Alright, so this might be enough, it might not be enough. This thing's not producing anything because everything's just maxed out. There's no power to go anywhere, so it's not really a good indication of anything. But that's fine. That's fine. So we want to make ourselves a controller and external storage. So external storage, quartz enriched iron. Oh yeah. Make a bunch of that. And these things. So of course, yeah, we need a bunch of these cores, but we're going to need those as well for the storage controller itself. That's the creative controller. There's the controller. Where's the regular controller? It is just that guy, yeah. So yeah, we need a bunch more for it. We need an advanced processor. We need the silicon, that's fine. Machine casing, just that. Advanced processor, oh, needs a diamond, but sure. Okay, well, let's do that. One of them. And like, we could make a different color one. Like we could combine it with a dye if we wanted to. There's our controller. Like, I don't mind the blue color. That's fine. Once the cables are there, adding windmills to it would be easy if needed. You're absolutely right. We can just literally glue windmills onto the cables. So yeah, if we need more power, we can totally supply more power. Good call, good call. Alright, so we got ourselves a controller, and we need a storage export. External storage, that's it. One or the other. Need some more of that, again. So each of these requires... Oh, this one doesn't. But we need 2 of these. 1, 2. One of them. One of them. One of them. Alright. Okay, how's this going? It's just about there. It's a real rainy night, and you know what? Let's sleep it through, because I was reviewing the footage from... Was it last time? It was last time, when we went on our amazing Enderman run. Out in the desert, over those hills, to the Enderman Desert. And yeah, us being attacked by attacked by phantoms in the middle of that encounter. I feel like we just mustn't sleep enough. Now that we've got the Mega Torch basically providing a measure of safety around here, I feel like we're getting complacent and not sleeping very much, and that's meaning that the phantoms are showing up more often than we really want them to. I'm just lingering here for 3 more iron, just so I can swap that over and get it doubly enriched. Then we'll plug in our controller, external storage, check that it can get power, fine, and then we'll look at getting some mixers and basins on the go and cabling some things over. So yeah, exporter, that's fine, that just needs more of these things and more cables. Cables are fine. There's just quartz enriched iron. We're going to need tons of nether quartz, but that's fine. We're getting nether quartz by crushing diorite. Like we've got infinite nether quartz as a result of that. We're definitely not crushing prismarine stuff. Alright, put that back in again. Yes, okay. Let's go. Let's come to the reverse end of the catwalk. Ooh, block loose out the back there. Oh. Yeah, of course. Alright, can't do that. Oh, and there's dirt there. Ah, come on. No, get out of the water. Alright. So from this side, looking back at it here, if I put the external storage bizzo on there, and the controller onto there, and the controller needs power, which we can power from underneath. So and we do the same thing over on this side. Nope. I can't jump up to the catwalk from here. Oh, I can, because I can get on the side of that. Nope. So from there I can... Yes, I can. Yeah, I thought I had stuff in my inventory. Alright, so it's all a bit parkour in here, but we'll figure this out. And... oh, come on. Right, well that's got that going. We're literally 2 cables short, so we should go get some more of that, but that's fine. Precision platformer. So that's, yep, got an external storage that's pulling 6 FE per tick. But we're all good, because these cables are full of power, which means these heat generators are filling up. Yep. This one's not, because this one's filling up first, and so on, but that's fine. That's just how that works, maybe. Maybe. Why is that? Why are they behaving like that, but that one's not? I guess that's just the way the system works, yeah. Anyway. So, that's working in theory. I've got a random bit of diorite on me. Chuck it back into the system. There we go. Sucked up by the thing. Whoop. Metallurgy confuser still going? It is. It's only halfway done. So we need, as I say, exporters. Now, I need to proof of concept this, that this is even going to actually work, because there's the slimmest of chances that this actually doesn't work. So let me start by just making a basin, which just requires these. Okay, and let's make this exporter. A couple of different exporters. And just confirm that this works how I think it works. before we commit to something, some whole big thing that's like completely flawed from the beginning. So exporting. Get items or fluids out of the storage network with an exporter. Good. So let me use just this controller for now and just confirm this. So if I... And have we got more cable in here? We do. Okay, just imagining this with me for a minute. Let's just cable out to here for a bit. Let's put like a basin right about here. Okay. So if I put an exporter onto this basin here, yeah, I can tell it stuff. Alright. So I can connect that to this by just like some windy path, right? And I can tell the exporter, so ignore redstone signal, only works with redstone signal, only works without redstone, ignore it, so that's fine. So type item, type fluids, no, we want to export items. Exact mode on, exact off. Exact on by default's fine. I assume these four here is like my filter thing, so like if I... So like let's say I can put dirt in this basin, alright? No, I can't. Well, I can, but not like that. You've got to just chuck. I always forget. You've got to just like chuck. Yeah. So I can put dirt in there, right? And there's dirt in the computer. All right. Yeah. There's 1.1k of it. So in the exporter, if I say dirt, right, like that, dirt, it's filling up with dirt. Right. Perfect. Simple as that. So, my next question is, what happens if I ask for multiple things to go in there? So let's take the cobble as an example now. If I say I would like this to have both dirt and cobble, it's going one for one. It's doing that in that sequence. It's putting a dirt, then a cobble, then a dirt, then a cobble. Basically, there's a little bit of lag to it, but it's basically doing that. So one exporter can send all four things into it, and the exporter is using 1 FE per tick. So it doesn't feel like it's using any more FE when I put more items in there. What else is in the computer that I can tell it to export? Gravel, right? Let's just, as a test, put some gravel in there too. Still using 1 FE per tick. So, yeah. So 4 exporters, I don't... Well, yeah, 4 exporters for 4 basins. But yeah, each basin should only need the 1 exporter, because I can just tell it to send all 4 of my items into this. So this means we should be able to make a pretty compact setup of this. So let's take all this. Office speed, I meant. That's true. You're right, it does export very slow because it's doing literally one by one like that. And I don't think I can speed this up. Well, for science, here's another idea. For science, what if I say, give me dirt, give me cobble, give me dirt. Like, what is that doing? That is just going by that sequence. Yeah, you're going dirt, cobble, dirt, dirt, cobble. So it's like, yeah, dirt, dirt, cobble, dirt, dirt, cobble. It's going around like round robin. Yeah, so that obviously gets, yeah, 2 dirt in there per cobble, but it's not any faster in any sense. Yeah. So yes, multiple exporters is really the play here. But as far as a proof of concept goes, I'm satisfied that that works as intended. So let's bust all this. So now that we know that works like that, let's take this dust, get it heat blasted, just so there's plenty more of this stuff going in the background. How's the chest going? We're not getting anywhere near full, are we? Because it's gonna be filling up. Like, this is gonna fill. We could absolutely make gold upgrades on this now, but we sort of don't need to, because this is gonna start getting spent soon. Oh, I've picked up a granite. It's the only thing about running near this system. If anything flows off to the side, you're liable to pick it up. I'm just rushing over to bed, taking the long way to bed. So let's make, say, 8 exporters, 2 for each basin, and we'll go from there. We'll see what's involved in that. So I've already got 1 exporter, so I need 7 more of these. So we're also going to need a bunch of cable. So let's just make oh, it's the quartz enriched iron. Yeah, that's right. And we're out of quartz. So what was it? Quartz was diorite. Okay, so let me just go and crush a bit diorite. It was like a 25% chance to get quartz out of diorite, so I will happily send in 3 stacks of the stuff to get crushed. And we'll end up with 3/4 of a stack of quartz out of there in a second. But for now, unless exporting speed can keep up, there isn't any point upgrading further. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, we've got a bunch of cable. Let's put it in there. So if we want like 7 more, well, we need nether quartz. So 7 more of these, so 7 more of these. That needs nether quartz too. Okay, so we're literally bottlenecked by the nether quartz. Alright. Still crushing. 48 diorite in there, getting crushed as we speak. There's none more in the chest waiting to come out. That made 7. Okay, 39 quartz. Nice. Okay, so we need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these. And 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that literally ran us out of whatever that was. Gold ingots. Oh, that took us to the end of our gold. Yeah, I didn't notice that. So now we've got 8 of them. Right. So we need 3 more basins. Okay. We've got a bunch of cable on us. It's in the computer. This won't be enough cable. We should get more cable. Too many things called cable. There we go. And speaking of cable, we do need a smidge more of that, which of course we're waiting on this for, which would have been done on one of our many laps past. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's go and start sort of plugging some things in. One cable, not two. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so that's fine. So, from here, we want to take out of here, and I'm thinking... So, basin... How tightly packed can I put these? Like, so if I've got two basins that close... Can I put one of these facing there and one of these facing there? I cannot. No, I've got to have... In terms of like... If I was putting them on the side like that, I would need to at least have it like that. Which is going to look super janky. Because then... You know... so we'd have to think of a nicer way of doing this maybe. Like if we had... basin. So yeah, so the exporter does actually occupy a block. Alright. So if I kind of like did that sort of thing. What would it be like to have four of these? Could I make like a big sort of loop of them? So one facing there, one facing that way in this block. One facing that way in that block. One facing this way in this block. Whoops. No, not like that. No, 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 no. That was weird. Like that. And then like one facing here in this block. That's nice. But again, that's only one exporter into everything. So the second exporter would be there, 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 and there. Yeah, so it's that sort of a pattern, which is an absolute nightmare, but I do like the way it looks. And that way we could send two of one type into each of these. Okay, and that way we only need two exporters per thing, not four. It's not a complete nightmare. We're not trying to get around to all four sides. We have this nice daisy chain of them, and if I send a cable coming back from there, just come down here, we can get that. Let me just deal with that spam chatter there. Don't need none of that. Alright, so we make this up a little bit higher. So we have a cable coming out of there and it runs along this plane, and that would just come into here, sort of in this spot here. And this ought to be up in the air a little bit. We'll have mixers above, mixing down into here. And I haven't actually tested, but coming out from underneath is where I would be pulling out my items. I haven't tested how I was going to do that. What are these types of things called here? Oh, it's going to be several blocks high, actually. Funnel. Yeah. Funnel. Yeah, you get insight ones, you've got brass ones. Because you can put these underneath, right? Like, that's just got them side by side. Right? You can have things funneling. Funnels are great for transferring items to and from inventories. Yeah, yeah, yep. Up next, direction of transfer. Yes, please. It pulls items from the inventory. Oh, I see, it even pulls up. Interesting. Place while sneaking, it puts items into the inventory, yeah. So we possibly could have done that. Well, we can't have, because yet we can't do this with funnels to put it into, because that's a belt system. That requires belts. Using a wrench, the funnel can be flipped. Yeah, that's fine. I would have guessed that anyway. What about underneath? Show me underneath. Same rules apply for most orientations. Yeah, so coming out, going in, whatever. Yes. Funnels on belts will extract insert depending upon its direction movement. Okay, yep, so a funnel on a belt will either come out or go in, depending upon which way this is spinning. Yep, so if it's going the other way, it goes back in. That's fine, it just smartly adapts to whatever direction there's a moving belt. That's okay. Funnel compatibility. Funnel should interact nicely with a handful of other components. Yeah. Funnel. Oof. Look at that. Funnel straight onto a saw. Funneling straight onto a depot. Yep. And what's that? Oh, an item drain. Ooh. Okay. Huh. Redstone control. Yeah. Whatever. So with redstone you can like lock a funnel. Yes. Just like a hopper. Next scene. Funnels cannot ever transfer between closed inventories directly. Chutes or... Oh, smart chutes! Oh, a smart chute might be more what we're after here, not a funnel. Yeah. Andesite funnels can only ever extract single items. Aha! Right, but the brass ones can do like a stack, can't they? Yep. Okay, but it might have been chutes all along that we were after, not funnels. And smart chutes, so I can maybe filter it to tell it to shoot out just the tough. Yep, the value panel allows for precise control over the extracted stack size. Yeah, yep. That's fine. Restrict the funnel to only transfer that thing. Yes, exactly. So that'll suck in emeralds and nothing else. Yep. The rest of these just drop off the world. Okay. I think that's the end, right? Lovely, we've pondered about funnels. Let's ponder about chutes, because I feel like that's what we actually should have been thinking about. So yeah, chutes and smart chute. So, chutes are easy. Smart chute, oh, it takes brass and these electron tubes and stuff, but we can do that now because we have the power. We can actually do that now. So, a smart chute, if I ponder that one real quick, they're vertical chutes with additional controls. Yes. Items in the filter slot specify what to extract or transfer. Exactly right. So I just put a tough block in there and it will only pull tough out and it'll drop it down into like a belt, which is fine because I want to be able to belt into the crushing wheels. So we need to be getting to a belt setup. Use the value panel to specify the extracted stack size. Nice. Yeah, and we can lock it again. Great. Okay. So what we would need is we need a layer for belts along the ground for the items to run along when they come out. Then above that we need a layer for where the chutes are, and so these basins need to be the third block up. So the basins need to be at this height here, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, because all of this is at like well above that. So let's let's pick that up, throw that back in the system. Let's start let's start bringing some stuff across. Oh, come on. Ah, no. Let's just get out of here. We need a better catwalk setup. No, I've done it again. Sprint jump. Alright, so I want to keep this cable like across a bit. So I will. I was thinking of running the cable along here, but I might just run it behind. So I can't go in that line there. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, so it's at this line. This line where everything would be happening. So that first exporter into a basin. Yep. So we'd have cable running past like this, going into here. So that first basin should be in this line here, so we can have cable running across here. We put this basin next to it here. I'll put one more cable here just so I got something else to put the basin against. And then swap that basin out for the exporter. I'm going to swap that cable there out for the exporter. Okay, right, and that begins our setup there. So we have our exporter there, and so, yep, so exporter there, and exporter there, so exporter into that one, exporter into that one, that's the side one going into the side of him. And we need, well, yeah, let me just put 2 cables in the center, just so that I've got something to work with. But they're these 2 exporters. So a basin there. No. No, it was this side here. And then a basin here. And then these 2 I replace with exporters. So one going into there, one going into there, and then we follow the rest of this around. So one goes into that side there, one goes into that side there, one goes into that side there, and one was already going to that side there. Right. So that's our setup. Up that bit higher. Oh, I've got a jetpack. I got a jetpack. What am I doing? Jumping around parkour. Oh dear. Oh, there's cable in there. Get that out. Don't want there to be any cable in here. Okay, so everything's got 2 things going in there. So what we need is one of everything. Look at that. We've got 10k diorite, 11k andesite, 4 and 8k of the other things. Brilliant. So we need literally one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these to set the filters. Okay. So I'm going to just temporarily break that bit of cable right there, because I don't want any of this to happen yet. But we set all of these internal filters to be granite and diorite. Granite and diorite. Granite, diorite. Granite, diorite. And then all the external filters there. By filters I mean exporters, you know what I mean? To be that and that. And that. That and that. That and that. Okay. Now I need to set this whole machine so that it knows to make tough. Alright, not other things. So I actually need some tough, but there's 64 in here, which is good. So I need to tell each of these basins, hey, it's tough you're making. So it doesn't try and make that other weird recipe. Okay. Alright. Maybe I connect the cable now, just so that we can see what happens, and then I bust it if I have to. Gonna need to make another iron pick in a sec. Okay. Everything is filling with stones. Perfect. At a nice equal rate. And that's fine, that fills fast enough, I think, because it'll only mix at a certain speed. How much power is this using? The external storage is using 6 FE per tick, and each of the 8 exporters is using 1 each. So that's 8, 6, 14 FE per tick. But these things, each are generating almost 2, 8, 16. So we're generating about 16 FE per tick. Yep. That's it, 14 out of 16. Nice. So, amazingly, this system is running pretty close to demand. Which I find to be pretty nuts. And these instantly clog at 64. So there's no actual need to turn this off. I can just leave this connected now, because these won't overfill in any particular way. And it forever just continues to draw power, so that's fine. Looks neat. Thanks, Gabby. Yeah, we're mapping out sort of a plan here. Things are starting to come together. So, we need to think about some mixers and some mechanical create power and stuff like that. So let's make ourselves 4 mixers. Let's sleep first though, because again, not sleeping often enough at night, so let's sleep through the night. Welcome back to the stream again this week, Gabby. Let us... So what are the mechanical mixer? What do they take? 4 of them. Cogwheel, andesite casing, whisk, iron plates, andesite alloy, and all this is going to be over here. Where this is the oh yes, should recharge that jetpack soon. Good call. We'll do that in a sec. Half hour. All of our create stuff's over here, which just makes this awkward. So 4 cogwheels. Look at that. I've got 4 cogwheels. 4 andesite casing. Got 5. 4 of these whisks. So iron plate and andesite alloy. We've got the andesite alloy. Iron sheets. Is that what it wanted? Yeah, iron sheets. So can I make 4 of these? I can't. We need a bunch more iron sheets, which we just get by squashing iron ingots. Got no iron on me in there, but that's fine. Let's grab the iron and put the jetpack on charge. briefly charge the boots. There we go. Get some iron. Squish the iron. Bonk. There we go. So we'll get a bunch more of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it is. Yep. So that's enough to get us going. Two more of them. So we've got the 4 of them now, which means we can make 4 mechanical mixers. All right. Now, this is the part where we want the jetpack back, because we've got to float to put these above. In hindsight, a storage computer being more central instead of on the edge of your base might have made sense. Exactly. Having the computer over here is just a bad call. So, it may well be that this is just the temporary location of the computer, and once the sprawling base sort of gets a bit more established, we might end up relocating the network. Like, the chests might stay here, but the computer itself, the control and everything, might end up being a bit more central somewhere. We shall see. I mean, we can put this crafting grid at multiple points of the network, technically. We could probably make another crafting grid over there. Yeah, exactly. Yes, literally that, Katooth. I can make more nice lime green crafting grids and just glue it onto the network over there, just as an access point. Because I mean, these are technically 2 separate networks. I would have to connect them if I was doing that, but I did think of that. Yes, I did think of tunneling out underneath all of these and having an underground. It might happen. Not tonight, but it might happen. Having a whole like sewer system of some description. So can I just click on that and put that above? Perfect. Now here's the next question. What possible arrangement of cogs is gonna make this work? Can I cog internally? Surely not. Surely not. I don't think the mechanics of that makes sense. Let me float over to our chest. I've got large cogs, but I need planks, don't I? Yeah, there we go. Planks. In order to make more little cogs. Like a large cog wheel makes 0 sense in here, right? Does that actually work? Does this one turn these two and this one turn these two? Like, is that actually a thing? Surely not. Maybe it does. The next thing is I've got to get power from here down to these in much the same sort of way as that. Doing a similar sort of thing with some stepping up and down and whatnot. So I'm going to need to make some littler cogs anyway. So if I come out by 1 more, and now do the same sort of thing. So it's large to small. So large to small. And out of the small we had another large, which would be on this side now. There we go. And that large goes into a small. Which, yeah, can happen there, but it could equally happen out here. And so this is where we vertical gearbox to send that down. Ooh, what if we came out the other way? No, it would be over here. Yeah, whatever we do is not going to line up perfectly. And let me just, again, think this through. I can just belt these two together, right? That would turn them both. That's using the noodle. I might actually be learning. Hello? Maybe? You're right, actually. You're right. They do turn each other. Why am I wasting this effort? Yeah, where's my... Yeah, sure, wrench. They will turn each other. You're right. You're absolutely right. Assuming all this goes according to plan. So, I think, yeah, we just run this straight up. And we adjust it up higher, rather than doing any adjustment down there. We make our necessary adjustments up here. So, what are we? Yeah, just literally right there. A single vertical gearbox. And the gearbox, it was just a andesite casing surrounded by cogs. Andesite casing surrounded by cogs. We have one andesite casing. We don't have enough cogs though. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That one. Andesite casing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gearbox. Again, vertical gearbox. Vertical gearbox. Bam. Okay, so that turns that one, but not that one. And that's using 512 KSU. Look at it go. Look at it making tough. Nice. Like, and it's really whirring. How powerful is this one going? 160. Nice. This is maxed out at the 512. In terms of the stress output for this, right? Again, this is making 8,000, so that's fine. So we can have 4 of these at 512. That's fine. But it's interesting that that one doesn't turn that one. I guess because it's not diagonal. Yeah, that's diagonal to that. But the fact that doesn't turn, that's also kind of weird. So let's just logic this through. I'm going to need a combination of large and small. So I've got some large. Let me get some smalls. Let's just think this through. So, oh, I can have an upright. Yes, you're right. Cogs are the same size, don't connect diagonally, only small to big and vice versa. Cogs are the same size. I'm going to go straight. Would a small one turn the close one? Yeah. Yes. So I'm thinking of, yeah, like out. I can't get the angle for it. Like, there, a small one there. Like, that works. And that has stopped turning because it's actually full of tough. So that's fine. And this could have a large one spun from there. Which a small one from there oh, no, not like that. like here. Here. Yes, would turn. Okay, this is weird. I feel like there should be a much more symmetric one. I'll put a small one where that large one was. Quite possibly, in fact, actually. So let me just make a bunch more of these, because I'm always going to need more of these. So let's disconnect this large one here. Let's put a small one here. Yeah. Yeah, that works. That works. So, can I put a small one here? I can, but it doesn't... Oh, it does turn that. But that one's full. Ah, okay, alright. Yeah, so I just put 4 small internal ones. That's literally fine. We don't need to do all this big, small business. Like that. There we go. Easy done. That was way simpler than I needed to make it. Yeah, so I had the right idea. I was just using large ones to start with instead of small ones. I should have just used small ones from the get-go. So now they're all going. Don't worry about that one. That one's maxed out. It's tough. They'll all be maxed out in a sec too. And what are we in terms of generation rate? If I look at like... sort of hard to tell. So I'm looking at that cobblestone number. That's the best one to look at. 79, up to 83, down to 81, down to 80, down to 79, up to 83, 81, 85, 83. Okay, it's ever so slightly going up. It's almost on parity. Like, it's pulling it out at almost the rate we're making it in. It could pull out faster. But again, only... Oh yeah, only some of them are going. Ah, so when all 4 are going, we might be fine. Where was that zombie that was wandering around? There you are. Let's get that sword out. Give you a little chop. Good sir. We will fight them in the water. Okay. So, that's a proof of concept. So now we need to get them out onto belts underneath. Let's go over and have a nap. Even though the night's probably almost done. Yes! That's fine, I can still double production. It's near parity with 2 out of 4 running. Good point, Tooth. Absolutely. Totally. Yeah, don't put your fingers in, Gabby. No, it does look like it's a little bit of a scary setup here. You would jam some things quite badly. So, next thing to do is imagine belts underneath here, and get some of those smart chutes. The other thing to imagine is where our crushing wheels go. So this is going to belt from out of under here, and I think we've got more space here than over here. It might look deceptive. No, it is not deceptive. It's genuinely longer. Okay, so we're going to have 2 crushing wheels here. That would be good, because then the power coming out of them can come from over here somewhere. Yeah, we can pinch from a gearbox or a set of cogs here. Yeah. Can't you funnel them straight into chests and then belt from the chests? I mean, I can. Is that better? I still need smart funnels for that, though. I would need to smart funnel and then down into a chest. But I would need that whole system to be 1 higher then. I'd need that, yeah, because I don't have enough room. I would need to... Because the belts are going on this block level. Oh no, that's fine. No, that would work. Or would it? Now, let me look at this. Yeah. Yeah, so the chests need to be on the level above the belt. And then we funnel across into the belt. So that wouldn't work, no, because we still got to shoot out of this into a chest. And then belt out of those. I don't know. We could actually... Could we do a more of a cable-y thing? I don't know. Yeah, I think we just go straight to the belt. Yeah, shooting straight onto the belt should work. It just might be slow. Like, it might clog the belt quick. That's the only thing I don't know. But we'll have to see. because these smart chutes seem to be able to drop out stacks of things. Yes, exactly. I've kind of Sudoku'd this all a bit in a weird sort of way. So we've got belts and we've got shafts and stuff. No, we don't have any more shafts. We've used them all up. Okay, there's our shafts. There's our belts. We're going to need that wrench because some of these are going to go down the wrong way straight away. So let me just think this through. If I is this, no, if I built from here to here. So let's just, what's going on? Am I still belted to something? Is it? Oh, it is. Is it still attempting to build up to here? Or something? Okay, I think I've cleared that. Yep, there we go. So, something like that, that's going to have a smart funnel that's dropping onto a belt there. Yeah, put a chest at the end of the belts and make the belt real fast. Exactly. So, have this all belting into a chest. Yeah. I need like some sort of... I'm not going to make a circular thing of belts. I think just literally 4 belts. Okay, yeah. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Let me put one of them there. Let me break this guy. So, imagine 4 of these. And then, like... No, this is going to clog instantly. This is going to clog instantly. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yes, a chest there, but then I've got to... I've not left myself enough room. This is too close to the edge. I'd have to be doing this out the other side. But that's fine. So, chests at this end. So the belts are now running... I'm putting with my hand. Oh dear. Also, the lag is getting real. So belts running this way. Chests at this end. Or something. I'm like, part of me is and I need to get more andesite alloy to get more of this shaft bizzo. Let's take this off. Some more zinc, some more andesite. Okay. Like, I had in my mind something like this now, where they're all belting across here and then this belts into a chest, but that's a recipe for a roadblock. Right? That's, yeah. Void upgrade. It's a void upgrade. That's just going to void the items. Sounds like. Like. Voids items selected in filter. So let me take this off. So if I had these funneling into chests, I'd love to be able to, yeah, pass this down through the chests. Let me have, what if these two ran short? Yeah. For excess, so no backups. That's true. Okay, I can see that. Let me get chests and funnels and stuff going. So, andesite belt funnel is fine. I don't need a fancy one. And I've got one of these already. That's literally andesite alloy and a belt. Shame I turned all my andesite alloy into shafts. Oh no. That's fine. I have a smidge more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that not? Oh, it's kelp, not belts. What am I doing? Wow, kelp. Oh, I probably had that in this chest. Yeah, exactly. Right. So, oh, chests as well. Do I have any excess chests in this chest? I do, but I still need more. Take 2. Just take all of that. Oh, I can't make chests out of walnut planks. Of course I can't. Because why would I be able to? That's just... well, I know there's chests over here. There we go. Alright. So, just, again, proof of concepting this. And in terms of the space they occupy, this is on the belt, so that's okay. So, and, yeah, iron plate. Let's get some decorative iron plate blocks. Iron plate. So if I put this and this, chest and chest, funnel, like that's dropping down into it, so that's already a little bit dodgy. I'd want to move this whole thing back a bit, which is fine because I want to offset these anyway. So yeah, let me move some of this back because I'll put down what I'm thinking so you can all see sort of what I'm imagining. Oh, get off the belt. There we go. Have something to eat, go to sleep. It'll look long with slightly longer belts anyway, but it might have worked, yes. It definitely would look better with slightly longer belts. I want to stagger these double chests because I'm imagining flowing from one double chest into the other, so I've only got sort of one thing to pull from. So let me show you what I mean. Like, let me put these here. Let me like, oh, I didn't realize that would work like that. Huh. So they're still connected at that end, that's fine. So from there to there, and there to there. Right? So I would have these like this. I'd have my double chests on here like this. There and there. I'd have my funnels. And I guess, in fact, this is going to look way better if the double chests face the other way. Extend the belts by just clicking with the belt in hand. Ah, okay. I guess that does make sense, actually, yeah. Let me spin these around. They're facing this way. So I'm andesite funneling into the reverse of them. Right. So these ones funnel into here. These ones funnel into here. And I'm just thinking I just need to move items from this chest into that chest as well. And that way, this chest is the one that fills up everything, and then I can just pull out of this chest. So, how does one move an item around the corner like this? Because a hopper's not going to do that. Can I do like a sideways shoot? Like, does shoot go sideways? Do I have extra spare shoots in here? They're pipes. There's a chute. Like if I... No, chute just goes down. Chute doesn't go sideways. Worth a try. I mean, I guess I could just pull out of both of them. I'll make this my item pipe. True. That would work. That would work. Okay. Is it just called item pipe? It was item cable, probably. Nope. Okay. At mechanism. Yes. So it's we've got our energy cable or mechanical pipe. That'll be what it is. Or no, logistical transporter. Yeah, because that's miller buckets. That's items. Yep. Wait, no, that's... Yeah. No, that's fine. Yes, logistical. Yep. Okay, basic logistical transporter. I don't know whether we need the basic or the advanced, but... That's not bad. We could probably make the advanced, really. Steel ingot, basic... Okay, we've got that. We've got that. Let's put this chute back. And let's start testing some things out. So... Oh, wait. Yep. 2 redstone with an osmium ingot. Where my osmium at? Two redstone. Okay, because this is going to make me 8. Yeah, that's fine. Because I can upgrade all 8 with an infused alloy. Conveyors are so yesterday. So let's just do that because we can. So let me put it on and test. And I gotta tell it which way to go. I need like the mechanism wrench, like definitely now. Alright? I can't just click on this, click on these ends. Oh, that's weird. Surely I need, yeah, the mechanism multi-tool that we saw before. This thing, configurator, that'd have to be it. It's not any of these. Gauge, toy disassembler. No, mecha tool. That sounds like the wrong thing entirely. It's a configurator, isn't it? Yeah, forge tools slash wrenches. Yeah. So it's, yep, that's the type of wrench. Okay. We can make that. Oh, do we have the gold for that? We might need to nab some gold from our little stockpile there. Ooh, a wandering man. Hello. Noella. Brain coral block. Purple dye. Tome of Shadows allows entities and certain blocks to be hidden from view. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's... Well, there you go. There's... 4. Nice. Okay. This guy, so one of them. One of them. Configurator. Okay. Let's look at all of our things. So we got the exporting. We got the craft configurator to change the settings of blocks. Yep. Oh, the other stuff must have been achievements in the menu. There we go. Power that up. Nice. Okay. So I should just now be able to set these to push and pull in a specific direction. Alright. Current color. That's a shift click. That's push. No, I want the other way. That's pull. Okay. And that's push. Right. So, as a test, dirt. Nothing's happening. So pull seems to be what I would have wanted. Oh, instead of push, just have that as oh, come on. Have that as normal. No, it's still in there. Mode, configurate items. Oop. Looking to see if I can adjust. True, it might be going the other way somehow. Is it because it's a double chest? Let's break one half of the chest. No. Make this one a single chest as well. Nope. Okay, so let's do this on a... Oh, current color blue. Oh. Let me just break this and remake this in a little test network here. So, chest, 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 cable. Okay. So, if I put some items in there. Okay. Let's take my dirt out of all there. So, if I set this one to push, that does nothing. So that to pull. Ah, it's done it. It just pulled them. Okay, so one on pull, the other on nothing. So let me put these in here. So that one on pull. There we go. I did it. I think we must have just had some weird state going on there. Let me go and rest. Get our energy back after that. We'll find out now if it's a double chest problem when we put them back as chests. We must have confused it with all of our swapping back and forth between push and pull and one-ended, two-ended. So break that and break these boys. So put that there, put that there. So now we find out if it doesn't work because one or both of these are a double chest. Nope, instantly took them and put them in there. What if they're on the belt? So, no, not like that. Actually as items on the belt. Oh, the belt would need to be spinning to test that. Okay, we'll test that in a second. But suppose it came in this side of the chest. That doesn't matter. Still makes its way over here. Okay, I don't see any problem with that at all. Because now we can have this come out of here onto a belt that goes to our crushing wheels. Right, we can run a belt from here to here. No, we don't want one here. Get these out of the hot bar. Get that there. There to there. So it would come out of here, it would all be on this one belt now, and it's going to go into the crushing wheels. Okay, so this gets us all sort of 4 into 1. And so now we've just got this nice one fast continuous line that dumps it all into the crushing wheels. That's still going to be slow as anything. We need a faster way to do this. Yeah. You're right, that belt is going to go the wrong way. You're absolutely right. I still fear that's going to be completely slow. We're still going to be producing way too many things. I think we need another faster way, like these logistical transporters. I think that's our solution to get these up to a chest that we're going to just dump out of with a chute again. Okay, yep. Let's take half of this out. So they're getting it all in one chest is kind of artificial. Once they're on this one chest, we're now using a bunch of these to pull out of this chest and transport them up here to a set of crushing wheels that are going to be right here. Okay, I'll set that to pull when the time has come to pull. You are enjoying things? Where are your why have you lost 2.5 hearts? And where are your llamas? Where are your llamas? Oh, here they are. Yeah, you've walked through the windmill, haven't you? Oh, hello. Is that the thumbnail? Let me get a better shot of this. I think that's a thumbnail. Yep, I'd say that's our thumbnail. Let me just quickly put in chat so I have the timestamp for this bit. Thumbnail here. There we go. Yes, the OHS is not great in this place. But it's, you can't say that llama wasn't having fun. Look at this guy. He's having a blast. He doesn't know where to look. Crushing wheels can go horizontal next to the belts. Yeah, they could go here, actually. Yeah, we could do this. Yeah. Because coming out of here would be fine too. Yeah, I'm sort of doing things in a weird plane. Okay. Let me just take half of this back, and we'll map all this out in a sec. Okay. Okay, let's start by just making some crushing wheels. So, yeah, this is where I want to go now too. Good timing. So, the big recipe for crushing wheels, oh yes, requires a bunch of andesite alloy, a nice stone in the middle, with 4 planks around the outside. So, we need a bunch more andesite alloy, which means... How much more zinc do we have in the computer? I mean, I can send more tuff through the system, but... we had a tiny bit more zinc still in here. Yeah, that's fine. We're up to 16k of these different things. Getting close to filling up. Andesite. This top guy. Okay, and again, we didn't go getting a smooth stone or planks or anything. Is there a smooth stone in here? There's not. I reckon we can use walnut planks. Will it let me do that? It's got like plus 99. It will. It will. Anything that's a smooth stone. Doesn't look like we've got any smooth stone here. That's fine. Let's just get a stone from the computer. There. Stone. Bam. Okay. So, stone in the middle. 4 planks in compass points. And then andesite alloy the rest of the way around. Excuse me, sir. Doing your disco dancing right where I'm trying to craft. Here, watch this thing. Look. Look at this. Yeah, over this way. Not me. Here. See how slowly it's going? This is one of my slowest machines. It's got the world's slowest cogs turning it for some reason. But it's going. It's gonna make me a pair of crushing wheels if it's the last thing it ever does. Come on, come on. It's trying. It's trying. And here it comes. Slow animation effect. Crushing wheel appears. Crushing wheels drop off the bottom. Come on. There they go. Alright. 2 crushing wheels. Okay. So, we need a belt system underneath here. And if we keep the same belt system going, we could do this quite nicely. So, spacing wise, yeah, what's our placement? How many blocks apart do we need these? The center of the crushing wheels should be 2 blocks apart from each other. And I don't necessarily want them that close to the belt, just because it looks a bit weird on the other one. So, center of the crushing wheels can be 2 blocks apart. So, 1 here and 1 here. That'd fit nicer with that alignment. Yeah. So, and we would belt from here, continuing through to here, and it would funnel into a chest that would be compacting. Yes, so that, so here, and it can go flat, you're right. I don't know that I want it flat. I think vertical might look nicer. Let's in line with this. Yeah, that's fine. No, let's have it go all the way up to the edge. Let's have it go up to the edge. Okay. So there to there. We can have... No, it's going to have that same issue though, because it's going to spin the wrong way. It's going to pull everything this way. Ah, okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Then we just... Oh! Well, that's not what I want. That's funny, but that's not what I want. We can fix that with a configurator. So items drop down out of the crusher, they get pulled by the belt this way. And then I have another chest that they go into here. So a funnel here to go into a chest here. And in fact, yeah, so I don't need to be pulling out the side of this door, I can pull out the top of this. So yeah, this doesn't need to be here at all. So this whole thing can just be back a bit. Where's my wrench? Way too many things. Way too many things. Crushing wheels here and here. Yep, that'd be fine. So I would have another one of these guys here. I would have my special compacting chest on here. So let's prep for that, because it's a special chest. Yes, exactly. No, that's exactly what I was thinking, Tooth. I'll be pulling out of the top of the double chest, not the side with the logistical part. Because, yeah, in my mind, the crushing wheels were in a different plane. They were over against that edge, and so I was pulling out the side and running across. But now that I've got them in that plane, I'm just going to pull out the top and go in up the top there. That is the smarter move. Absolutely. You may not rest now. Your bed is too far away. That's a good one. Alright, alright. We're getting there. We're overthinking this, but we're on brand. So, whoa, look at all those guys. They're cooking. What am I here to do? I'm making one of them special barrels. One of these old guys, you know, spruce or otherwise. Oh, that was the copper one. Yeah, just a barrel, just a barrel of any sort. Redstone torch. Yeah, that's fine. So, give me a redstone torch. What about acacia barrel? Have I got that? No. Birch barrel, spruce barrel. Let's just. Did I not craft the redstone torch? I don't think I did. You all saw that. I didn't actually craft it. Put it in the computer. Spruce. Bam. Bam. Okay. There's my barrel. We'll give it upgrades and stuff in a bit. Let's just sit it there for proof of concept. Right. Sits there. Gets its last andesite funnel in the back. There we go. So all these funnels are going this way. So that's going to go into there, and this is where everything's going to end up. Okay. So, crushing wheels now. So, the actual crushing wheels are let me jetpack up a bit, are up in this plane up here. I could borrow from these spinny boys, because that might be a good speed, maybe faster than that again. We'll see. And I like the fact, actually, that these are going opposite directions already like this. That's exactly the sort of thing I need to do, but in the other plane. So I need a gearbox. A vertical gearbox? Yes. I need a vertical gearbox. Maybe coming out the bottom of this guy and just running straight through here. Let's see. Let's just fly over here. So andesite casing and nope. How do I make andesite casings again? Oh, andesite alloy with any log. I ain't got no logs. Not in this chest. That's a pain. Up we go. Let's just fly over there. And yes, I do realize I flew over my log factory to do that. Will coconut logs work? Of course they will. Beautiful. Let me just make 2. No, I should make a heap. 4 is all I can make. Of course it is. So since it's come to mind, let me just see how backed up this system is here. Yeah, that is just completely full. We will ignore that for the time being. That's not a problem at this stage. What am I doing? I could have done all this over there. Andesite casing, small tiny cogs. Ain't got no small tiny cogs. Shaft, planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I need 2 of these? I don't know. Let me just make 1. Well, I think this through. Gearbox, vertical gearbox. So it's all going to be a bit jammed, but there we go. That's coming out this way now. So that's the plane we're doing it in. So a crushing wheel right here. It's all a bit close. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I might want this 1 step further out, just for appearance's sake, and it would help because I would need a cog. Yeah, if I had 2 tiny cogs. So let me put tiny cog in here. Tiny cog here, and tiny cog next to it. Except I need them to be further apart. Because it's a crushing wheel. What's the way to do this? I need a... Because I know I did it poorly over here. Whatever I did over here, I think was pretty haphazard. It worked, but it was weird. What did I do here? I had, like, yeah, double gearbox to do this, which works. Like, that was the simplest solution. But I feel like that's not the intended way to do this. I bet if I ponder a crushing wheel, it will tell us. And I'll just land for a minute. Like, it will show us exactly what it looks like to put them together. Yes, yes, yes. Go to the next bit. 2 large cogs at the back here. Can I spin this around? Can I rotate this? Yeah, big cog. Right. Yes, because the big cogs will reach across. Yeah, big cog is the size of a crushing wheel. So yeah, that's literally how this works. I'm stuck on this whole big cog, little cog thing for some reason. Yeah, that makes a load of sense. So big cog, and just another big cog next to it. No, not in the other plane from it. Yeah, not like that. Like just horizontally next to it. Like let me just get a dummy shaft in there just to make this happen. Just shaft out from there or something, please. Just put a block here. Fine. Put a block on top of here. Oh, come on. Put a block on top of here. They don't touch. But I can do a little cog. But that makes them go the same way. I just need a belt between them. Yes. Okay. Right. But then they're going the same way again. So we've still got the same issue. Because no matter what I do, that's going a direction, that's going the opposite direction, that's going the same direction again. I would need to like do a belt sort of. Yeah. Let me get this dirt out here so I can think this through. Little cog in the middle. Cog to its right, belt to its left. Small cog off, mix the gearbox, then you'll have posts going opposite directions, two apart. Yep, I've got to. I've now got to try and work out what your two ideas are. Yeah, I could just have a second gearbox coming off one of these or something. Yeah, like that's gonna work, right? Yeah, I just literally just put a gearbox here. I got another vertical gearbox. I toyed with making one, but I didn't make one. Okay, I knew there was a reason we were gonna need a second one. One of these. Oh, we don't have enough of them now. Just enough. Bam, 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 bam. Gearbox, vertical gearbox. Oh, we're out of fuel. There we go. There's the first time we've actually run out of fuel in the hover pack without noticing, and we were hovering an inch above the ground, and we were in a crafting table at the time. So, let's go have a nap. Yeah, the thing that's making us overthink this is we've got a million cogs and shafts all tightly packed in this area already. We could be coming out of any of them. So, shaft out of that thing there. Just like that. There. That's it. That's all we had to do, because these were already going the other direction. So now, crushing wheel. there, and in fact these cogs are pointless. These big cogs are aesthetic now. In fact, like they are literally aesthetic. Just put these in here. They are going the correct way. I'm getting that weird effect, but no, I think that's working. Yes. No, I think that's fine. I know that one on the right looks like it's spinning the wrong way, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Let me just get the jetpack so I can fly up there. It's just that illusion where things look like they spin the other way. Ah, look at that. Full already. Hover. If we see it from above, we can see the shafts spinning. Yeah, look at it there. That's better. Yeah, I definitely could move them back now. I was just conscious that when they were back there in that plane, they looked like they were jamming the mixer a bit, but maybe it's actually fine. It's probably actually fine, honestly. So, one there. You know, it's okay. It can be tight. We've got a bunch of extra space in here to do other things with. And that's fine. So these are using 256, so 500, so 1024. This is using another 1024. This is using 2048 stress units out of 8192. So we're using a quarter of the stress that side's giving out to do all of this gubbins here, which is insane. Yes, you're right. I just need to connect the belts. So, and it probably makes sense to tuck it around the back here if possible. If possible. Definitely need another like whole gearboxy thing, but yes, and make the droppy chests. Yes, no, we'll do that. We'll do that at the end now. Let's do some little cogs. We're out of planks. There's their planks. Just get 4 little cogs. Gonna find out soon anyway that we're gonna need a gearbox to make out of them. We'll have to disconnect the last belt so I can make it go the other way. No, it's fine. All of those belts are going the same direction. Like if I just put a little cogger there and a big boy there, I can run my way up to this somehow. This is insane. What am I doing? A big boy up there, and then like I can get that into that plane there. Like I want to do this up the other way. Yeah, I want to. So not that way. Keep this going up here now, and now plane that like no from I don't know which way to look to make this happen. Like that. No, not like that. Oh, I can. Oh, all right. So I can just put it wherever, and I can spin it, of course. So up above this, on this side. Like, not that side, so this side. Will it not do it because of that? Okay, let me just check that I'm not going mad here. Okay. Okay, let's just... Can we just belt that down to there? I can't belt from that nubbin though, can I? I've got to like actually belt from a shaft. Alright. That side's running into there. Okay, this is going to be jank, but let's just do it and check that it works and then work out a better way of doing it. We're going to find that half of these are going to go the wrong way now. But there to there. No. Ah, because it's not straight diagonal, it's like, it's a bit of both. Ah, come on. Come on. No, not that. That. What do I have to do? Come on, like, that with that. We're so close. Ooh, what was that? Oh no, that's like that. Where's the big ones? I got no more big ones. Shaft. Doot. Big one. Like. The small will be in the right column and put the gear under it. One small cog. Yes, or small cog instead of belt. Yeah, I thought it was just going to take that, but... There. There. Except everything's going the wrong way. So we just have to invert that at some point. So we're coming out of the wrong one of these. We want to come out of this one, not out of that one or something. Yep. A small to the left. Yeah. So we did that. Small to the left. So this is the principle, but it's going the wrong way. So let me try and come off of this one and get that effect happening down here instead. So that's the principle. So now that big one can come down. Can't come down that side, can I? I can. Oh, but it's in the basin. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not having it clip through the basin. Even if it works. It's going to have to be on like this side. Oh. Oh! Oh, that's not at all what I intended. And that would especially not work. Now I'm just placing more of them down. That one. Okay. We're getting there. So, a little guy there, and a little guy underneath. Still going the wrong way. Okay, we built this. Yes. Okay. We replace these two with a connected belt. So that one there and that one there, and we built the two of them together. There. That's it. Okay. So that's pulling all of those. I feel like again that was not the cleanest way of doing that. It looks like a right mess there. That was extremely overthunk, Tooth. You are absolutely right. Oh dear, there has to have been a better way of doing that. Like that diagonal belt. So it's in that block, and then that block, and then that block, and so on. I'm sure there was a better way to get that diagonal belt to extend up somewhere up to here and have that happen, rather than do a million things like that. So, oh, what's going on here? Why is this chucking out? Oh, it's because it's, oh, yeah, hang on. Yep. That basin was too smart for its own good. It saw a belt there, and it automatically output onto it. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, okay. Let me see. Yeah, you're right. A gearbox just solves all this. Gearbox on belt, small cog on the mixer. Yeah, exactly. Gearbox right there. That's going to do our job. Exactly, yeah, yeah. I did all this to try and dodge using a vertical gearbox. And a vertical gearbox is exactly what this is designed to do. I don't know why I was trying to do it without one. Okay. So, yeah, that can fill back up with tough again now. So, we just want a small cog coming straight out of this, right there, straight down to there, and then two gearboxes, a vertical gearbox and a normal gearbox. Job done. And I need more of these, because I always need more of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside casing. Two gearboxes. One of them vertical. So we have a horizontal one there, we have a vertical one there, and then we just connect that straight up. And again, it's going the wrong way. Alright, so, question, is there a way to spin that now? Can I like wrench this and spin it around or something? Put the shaft in the belt. Aha. Yes, I see. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it. You're right. Vertical gearbox, only one of them. Don't need the other gearbox. Vertical gearbox here. Shaft here. Belt the two of these together. Still the wrong way. Oh dear. Yep, a pair of small cogs. Yes, right. Right. Yes, so 2 cogs together have that same effect. And again, I'm out of small cogs because I'm just always out of small cogs, but I have exactly 2 planks. So 1 small cog here, 1 small cog here. Oh, amazing. Okay, whoa! Let's take a moment to just look at this and appreciate what we've just done. And it's all because this cable's in the way. Otherwise, we would have done this all up higher. But we had to tuck that under the cable. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I know. It's none of it's what you guys were suggesting, but it was in the same vein. Yes. It was heavily inspired by your suggestions. Let's say that. I feel like there's a chance I'm learning, but you never know. You never know. So belts are good for maintaining the direction things are spinning. 2 cogs together are good for inverting the directions things are spinning. So you've got to sort of, we've got to think through whether we want to maintain direction or invert direction. So that's got all of those going. The other thing we've been needing for a long time, which we just haven't had, are these smart chutes underneath these. So these are actually dumping items. So we need to get them, because we've done a lot of work with... Oh, jetpack. Let's put that on charge. We've done a lot of stuff without actually shooting anything onto belts yet. Sup, my peeps, skeevers! Welcome to the stream. Before we craft these chutes, let's just rush back over to the spinning blades of death. Try not to get caught in them. Have a look at this setup, skeevers. We've got all the drills drilling the stone. They're going into that chest. Oh wow, the chest is nearly full of thousands of them. We have over 20,000 of these things. It's all going in a big pipe over to all of these mechanical mixers that are mixing the stones together, and pretty soon they're going to drop onto this airport belt system and go into all these chests, which is then going to put them into this crushing wheel, which is going to crush them and put them into this final chest. We're just setting up a couple of different droppers and things. That looks almost as good as you. That chest does need the Void Boy. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Let's just get it going, and then we'll work out how to deal with overflow. Is that done? It is done, would you look at that. Okay, so smart chute. So, brass sheets, regular chutes, and electron tubes. Yeah, so we need our sandpaper back out, and this rose quartz stuff. So... Oh no, the sandpaper and all that, that's going to be over... Yeah, it's going to be over here. None of our stuff's in the computer. None of our create stuff's in the computer. There's the sandpaper, with 1 durability left on it. Of course it is. Sand and paper. Alright. We need to make more chutes. Let's start putting some of this away. The iron plates can go away. Let's just put the cogs and the gearboxes and the shaft and everything away. That catwalk. Can leave the cables and things. I got a heap of tough on us. Belts can go away. That's a different thing. So, we're needing... Well, let's just make some more of these. Iron plates and iron. Oh, yeah, we have a whole heap of them in here. There we go. Alright, we need a bunch of iron on this. That's from the computer. There we go, 1,000 iron. Nice. So, there we go. We've got a heap of them. The brass sheet, we'll do that in a sec. So So we need 4 polished rose quartz. So, yeah, we need to make another sandpaper. And polishing the rose quartz just means we need to take rose quartz, so we need 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we gotta polish it. So, put that in the offhand. Oh! Yep, okay. I remember that now. We didn't change what our free runner hotkey was. I think regular was what it was on, not safety. Regular's fine. Okay, rose quartz. There we go. And let's put the other sandpaper in our hand again. So let's polish these up. Okay, so there's our 4 polished rose quartz. Our iron plates, that's fine. Oh. Okay, so there's our 4 electron tubes. And our 4 chutes, so we need 4 brass sheets, so we've got to squash 4 brass ingots. I'm sure we had brass over in here. We might even have brass sheets. No, we've got brass. Let's just squash 4 of them. We don't need to squash a heap of them. Aha, Skeever's going wild with all the emotes. Let's send some brass through the squasher. There we go, 4 brass sheets. Okay. That should have us 4 smart chutes. Okay. So, here's my next prediction. The minute I put a chute under there, it's going to just start dumping everything out. Oh, there's dirt in that one. Oh no, I got on the belts for a minute there. That's a safety hazard. Someone's got to do something about that. I need to stop all of these for a minute. Let's take out a crucial piece of this. Actually, let's do that for the hilarity. Okay, that stopped this spinning. I need to get the dirt out of that guy. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. How do I get dirt out of just dirt? I got everything out. That's fine. I can live with that. Let's put the rest of this back in the system. Diorite, granite, andesite, cobble. Okay. This is nearly full. You're doing well. Oh, drink my water. I didn't even notice. Sorry, Skeevers. Redeeming all the things. There we go. There we go. What else is there in the chat that I've been missing? Just all the spam. Nice. My posture's not too bad at the moment, actually. So, when I put one of these on here, let me get my tuff ready. I put one of these on under here, what's going to happen is it's just going to dump everything. That's already not a good start. Underneath here, like that. That is putting andesite and everything on the belt. This whole thing is empty. Let me put tuff in the filter there. Click with item to replace and hold for amount. Oh. Extracted amount up to exactly any. Yeah, any. That's fine. Now, I got a bunch of junk on the belt there, which we've got to just take out bit by bit. That's tough there now. I think that's fine. You're right, it'd be easy to just pull it out of the chest. You're right, you're absolutely right. Let's eat baked potato. What I should have been doing, instead of stopping the belts, I should have been stopping the mixers. So there's exactly a stack for the cleanest belts. You're right, that is actually better. Rather than any. Well, less than or equal to 63. Exactly 64, yeah. Okay, so that will extract 64 tough when it can. Okay, which it can't because there's not yet 64 in there, so that's fine. So let's do some more of those. So this guy way down there, this guy here, this guy here. Set you to exactly 64 tough, tough, exactly 64 tough, exactly 64. Okay, and I'll just leave all your stuff on the belts, because we will turn this back on now by flipping you back around, and things are just going to go in chests. Okay, and everything should now be, yep, because that pipe's moving stuff. Nice. So whatever ends up in that chest is moving into here. So this last chest here now has all this stuff in it. So let's take out all this andesite, diorite, andesite. But it's now full of just tough. Perfect. Okay, so let's just throw all of this into here. Andesite, 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 diorite. We can get all the tough out of our inventory. Put it into that chest as well. We don't need to be hoarding all this tough now. Okay. So it's got 500 tough sitting in it. Tired and thirsty, skeevers. Well, have a drink and go to sleep. Let me hover up here. So we're going to need to come up, and we're going to need to go into a chest with a chute. So we need one more chest. Let's go and have a nap. We need one more chest. We've got a chute on us. Let's hover over to bed. That's the wrong bed. We were almost going to sleep in the white bed for a minute then. Hovering is so slow. It'd be faster to just run. Whoops. No, not the chest plate. The chest. So we need a chest, we need a chute, we need a bunch of these guys. And then we need the configurator in a sec. So, spending all those big bucks on highlighting your message. Going for it, skeevers. So, right here we do a chute, dropping items down. On top of the chute, I know I've got a shovel literally right next to that. We put our chest. Okay. That just dumps things. That chest up the top there can be fed with items from here. Like that. That used them up exactly. That's perfect. And so we don't need to do anything to this end. We just need to set this end to pull. That was what we discovered. What are we doing? We're comparing points. Skeevers has 25,000. Katooth's got 180,000. Oh, that's more than the Sharky and Skeevers The Sharky or Skeevers account that I'm on my phone, that's only got 168,000. Ah, amazing. I guess because my phone only watches me. It doesn't watch Skeevers as well. Nice. Is that a pineapple on a pizza? You're digging for all the emojis, Skeevers. Let's set this to pull. That's push. Pull. There we go. Let's get up there and have a look. Okay. Tough is going to this chest. It's instantly coming out the bottom there. Is that going up in blocks of 16? Yeah, it's going up 16 at a time. Which is fine, because if anything, it doesn't crush fast enough. Yeah, if anything, that's too fast. Like, we don't want items to despawn. We'll see. We'll because this has got to empty all of its existing load first. Things are falling down. Things are going in here. This is filling up with stuff. Not by name, by mod. No. By count? Sure, by count. Okay. So, that's going. Stuff is dropping. It's all landing on it, and it takes a moment for the belt to grab it all. But it does work. That just means you need more crushing wheels. You're right. I can have a second set of crushing wheels coming directly off these and have multiple belts if this is a backlog. But that chest is empty. So we'll see what happens, because it's got to work through this pile of it here. Yes, need to upgrade that barrel to compress things. Won't drop extra if the chute's down a bit. I don't know about that, because... Oh no, that's the same as here. Oh, it might not drop the extras. You could be right, actually. Nope, let's sleep. Last time we let a thunderstorm happen like this, terrible things happened. We have too much wood around this place. We've got to sleep. Yep, upgrade the barrel, move the chute down one, do all the things. Okay. So let me, without going into the crushing wheels, let me grab all that tough. That's 600 tough on us. Yeah, okay. Let's do this carefully. That's got 11 durability left on it. So let me prepare for taking all this down a notch. Why does that take so long to break? Where's my to-do list? That's on my to-do list, Skeevers. We will get one eventually. To be done. So, let me break the barrel. Come on, axe. Let's do this properly. So, yeah, I can just come straight out of there with this. Yep. Alright, so... Oh, it's over there. Wow, it popped all the way over there. Okay. So... shoot straight out of here. Yeah, like straight into the blades. I'm sure that's fine. Let me put that on top there. And let me just dump like a bunch of this in here. There we go. Now it's holding it in the chest. Amazing. And now we reconnect this at this level. Okay. So that's transferring our tough up again now, because we had a little bit of a backlog here. Yep. So there's that much tough in there. It's getting ground. 16 at a time. Bits are falling down. Bits are going to the chest. The chest is doing fine. It's fine. We need to make that upgrade for the barrel. Oh, what's this? Use configurator. When you place two crushing wheels next to each other, it creates an invisible block in the middle that has an inventory? Ooh. Ooh. Ah, I can see them. They're in there. That's fun. Nice. Okay. We can see the tough in there now. Excellent. So, let's turn that jetpack off before we run out of juice. We need to upgrade this to, I guess, a bigger barrel, maybe. Let's at least go to the iron barrel upgrade, and then then we can start putting other things in here. Iron barrel. It's not called that. So, upgrade. Here we go. Basic to iron tier. What if we go straight to gold? Basic to gold tier. No, that requires gold. Of course it does. Basic to iron tier. So, a redstone torch surrounded by iron ingots. Okay, let's get crafting. Stick. Redstone dust. In fact, you know what? Stack of redstone torches. We're always after them, and they're never in there. Okay. Make one of these. That'll upgrade some stuff for us. We also want to make the... well, let's make a stack upgrade. So at sophisticated storage. So we'll make a regular stack upgrade, an iron tier stack upgrade, just because we can. Whoa, that was weird wood for a second there. And again, we should have some blocks of iron in the computer, just always. So 64 blocks of iron. There we go. That used up half our iron supply, but that's fine. Okay, so we've got that stack upgrade, and then we need the compressing upgrade. Compacting, advanced compacting. Okay, so compacting upgrade. So we need a plain old base upgrade. Did I put that in the computer? I did. Good. 4 pistons. What's different about these recipes? Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pistons. So we can make one of them. So it's a compacting upgrade. Make it advanced. We need another gold ingot. That's fine. We have gold now. And in fact, let me take the remnants of this chest at the end of this system, and let me put it in to the new system. There we go. Let's give it its upgrades because it's starting to need them. Okay, there we go. Got some stack upgrades going now. And let's take some of this gold. Okay, there's 4 more gold ingots in the computer. So, advanced compacting upgrade. So I'm just gonna maybe take the flint out before I put this one in, because I know that there's a 2x2 flint crafting recipe and I don't want to accidentally do it. Settings. Compact only uncraftable. Compact anything. Compact only uncraftable. Not compact anything. Only works with other match item ignore you really annoying. I think that's fine. Oh, and it's made block of flint. Okay, so it's actually worked. It's done the correct thing with the flint. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just turn it off for a minute. It's the other way around. Yeah, that's it. I'm telling it only compact flint. I think it's fine. I think it's just working as intended. If I just put all that in and just turn it on. Oh, but it's also making blocks. It's making the. Yeah, we're going a step too far. So. Yeah, we're going a step too far here. So. I'm actually going to tell it block. Yep. No, other way around. Whoops. Block turning electrum into a thing. Block turning copper into a thing. Block turning iron into a thing. Block turning zinc into a thing. And I need to get some gold back. Block turning gold into a thing. So if I take these guys back out, break them back apart, right, there we go. So now we get the ingots but not the blocks. Right. There we go. Can you get it to make the other flint block from architecture's palette? It's a good building block. I probably can. My only concern, Gabby, about making that is I don't think it's like reverse uncraftable. Like it's a one-way street. That at least making the big flint blocks like this, it's just a convenient way to store them. Then, like it's just a nice package for them. Okay. Well, I think that's fine. I think this is just ticking away now. Let's empty some stuff out of our inventory. Let's have a sleep, in fact. We'll empty some stuff out of our inventory, and then we'll just kind of look around the system and see what's making things faster than what other things. Take out these sheets. You know what? Some of that should be in the computer. The chutes can go here. The sandpaper can go here. I'll even put the configurator in. No, the configurator can go in the computer. Put the wrench in there. Because this is like the create chest, not the mechanism chest. Even though it should all be in the computer. Bam, 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 and the flesh. And they should be in our backpack, not just like that with us. I really need to make that new iron pickaxe. Let's do that. Okay. Alright, so throw the jetpack in there for a minute. And then we go and see the status of everything. Last time I was over there, I think I saw 10 gold ingots in that chest. It'd be interesting to see in just a couple of moments it's taken us to dump stuff in chests and go and sleep. Fill this up and go back, whether or not we've still got 10 or whether we've got 11 or 12. We've got 12. So we are ticking up gold. Like, it is happening. Because at the end of the day, as good as this is for like getting us other things like iron, we've already got infinite iron. It's just gold, honestly. This is what I want. This is just a way of getting gold. Nice. So, in terms of this chest is just going to fill up forever. We're not pulling stuff out of this chest fast enough. Right? Looking at that cobblestone, it's not quite at 10k yet. 9317 is as high as that's gotten. Oh no, it is actually going down. Technically that's going down. Yes? Okay. We're slowly emptying this chest. Amazing. So all this backlog is going to get worked through. Eventually. It's just going to take a very long time. And then this will become the bottleneck and we just add a few more drills. Exactly. Let that run down for a couple of weeks. Perfect. So they're totally fine. In terms of these mixery doodads, let's just hover up here and have a bit of a look around. These are, yeah, just forever filled with 64 of everything. Like, that's fine. They refill faster than they make tough. And they only pull out when we've got 64 in them for, again, just efficient pipe usage. So, as a result of that... this has still got... Yeah, like, loads of tough. This has got 1094 tough in it. So I think we need to make a heap more crushing wheels. I think the crushing is by far, yeah, the slowest part of this process. I was going to wait for this to complete a cycle, get all of these up to 64. Oh, that one's out of sync to all the others. That one's at 29, all the others are up at 50. That's awkward. Because I set the others all at like roughly the same time. Set this one differently, but we'll just watch this get to 64. And then it's going to dump a whole heap of stuff, and then a whole heap of tough will go through, and we'll sort of see what this is balancing out at. Could have skipped a lot of this with magnets. I probably could have, honestly. But I mean, I got to use some of the create mechanics. I can't just use belts to go sideways to do a lot of stuff. I got to use conveyor belts for conveyor belts purposes. Okay, so all that's gone through now. Yes, and now that's up to 1200 tough in there. Okay. Yeah, no, I realised that I could have sucked some stuff into chests and done all sorts of stuff, yeah. Okay, so... let me hop out of jetpack. Let me get that and that. Because I'm going to put another guy here. Like that. And I can put another funnel on this side. Going into the same chest now. And I don't remember how to make a funnel. Ah, yes, the kelp and the andesite alloy. It was that weird recipe. And again, we've got no andesite alloy on us, but... we've got infinite zinc sitting here. So, let's just take those 6 zinc nuggets. You know what, let's filter these to like the end. There we go. That's a little bit nicer. Grab some andesite. I only need 6 andesite. I'll wait till there's 6 here. Okay. Can definitely feel a little bit of lag here. So one of them with one of them gets me 2 funnels. That's fine. So there's a no. Stop that. That's not what I wanted you to do. Other way around. I want you going in, not coming out. We saw that on the how-to with the funnels. That was just like right-click on it with the wrench or something, right? When we were watching the funnel thing. Yeah, it's definitely right-click with a wrench. Like, what else would it be? So let's put it on, then panic, and then fix it. So put it on. There. Right. Panic over. Let's put these on the belt. Ah, not me. Let's put these on the belt. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now I get sucked in. Okay. Perfect. Crisis averted. So they go in there. And so we just need a second set of crushing wheels up there. Which means we again need 1 smooth stone. There we go. 1 smooth stone. 4 planks. How have we got exactly 64 planks there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And tons of andesite alloy. But we can do that because we have just zinc for days in here. So let's just make 45 andesite alloy. I also recognise I've been ignoring a bit of the chat there. If you use tunnels, you can join belts next to each other and have as many crushing wheels as you want. I think the barrel is much of the problem. Yeah. That's true. I could set some stuff up and actually have a bunch of crushing wheels. We'll see what it's like when we've got a second one. We might not need millions of them. Oops. Done it again. I've pushed F again. Alright. Bam, 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 bam. And put all of that around there. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. Alright, and then we stand back and watch the world's slowest crafting recipe again. Here it comes. Pause for a sip of water. Two more crushing wheels. Night time, let's go have a nap. Then we can install our crushing wheels. Okay. Another one there. Another one there. And of course, second chute, make that a double chest. Okay. So, second chute. And I think we have one more chest in the computer. Chest. There we go. Alright. If I do it from this side. Oh, no! No! That's not what I wanted at all. Please don't crush my chest. Okay, I got it. How do I do this without... Yeah, except I want you to spin. Let me just briefly... Oh, I could pick you up. I could pick you up. There, and now I do this again. Alright. Carefully. Carefully. And now we do it again. There. Right. So we're still good. And now second chute. It's not at all where I thought I was clicking. And can I open that with the wrench? I can. Alright. That is pulling nicely. Shift and space when flying can stay still and shift click. Really? So space is up, shift is down. Oh, wow. If I hold shift and space, of course. Because I'm going up and down at the same time. And that allows me to shift click. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then I can do that to fine tune a little bit, or that to fine tune a little bit. Ah, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. The things you wish you knew. Okay, so now it's coming through at double rate. So it's just now going to come down to a question of, with 1200 tough in there, can we start to get below 1200 reliably, now that we're going through twice as fast. This has now got like 20 gold in here. It's amazing. I'm going to immediately take like 12 of this gold and just hand it straight to a piglin, because I'm feeling generous. This is slowly going down. We're under 9k cobblestone. It's under 9,000. Beautiful. Such a system. Dear. Slowly flying over here. Let's turn this jetpack off. Okay. You, sir, have been waiting patiently for a very long time. You could add a third cobblestone drill when it gets low and leave the others at 2. Yes, you're right. Backlog up the cobblestone a bit more. So you've given me so far this. I feel like you could give me a lot more. And we could almost make you automated. I could almost plug you into that system and just have you getting fed gold constantly. And we might look at doing that down the road. But for now, I'm just happy to hand you a dozen gold. And just let you look at it and see what you'll do. I think we'll just leave you for a minute. Let you manage that. We should put just more gold in the computer, because the computer's always running low on gold. So let's take some out of here. Take 13 gold out there, leave one in there just because we can. Okay. Let's put some of these create things back in the create chest. Bam, 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 bam. How are we still hanging on for dear life with that pick? Dear. So the tough chest is at 1100. Theoretically, we're getting through it. Oh, a bit more's coming through now. There we go. Yep, so that's 3 stacks of 64 that's just come through. And just like that, we're back up to 1250. So this will take some observation to see just how quickly we get through that. Yeah. That'll take a bit of timing, just to kind of see. Quite happy though with what's going on here. We're getting like so much flint, like way more flint than we ever want. What can I make with flint? Anything exciting? Yeah, I mean I can make these flint blocks for building, and maybe we shall. What's that? Wither plate. Is that a sword? Stone sword? Made with flint? Huh. Yeah. Making all the stone tools and stuff using flint. Flint and steel. We can turn flint into gunpowder, so we have infinite gunpowder, but that's Britannia, and we don't talk about Britannia. Then all the rest of this is just more of that stuff. Spark plugs. Oh! Well, we're not doing that, but we could make those out of flint and all of our gravel. That's hilarious. Yep, we can put cobble and flint together to make gravel. Oh, a crusher. So just crushing flint in a good old mechanism crusher gets us gunpowder. Well, there we go. Yeah, that's how. So no Britannia required. That's just straight up infinite gunpowder. So I might just do a heap of that just so we got gunpowder in the computer. Item to gas. That gets us oxygen. you can use it as a catalyst in a pulverizer? Huh. Okay, sure. Or in a warp plate to make an attuned shard. Nice. What's that in the chat there? Oh, there's a spam thing I'm missing. What's this? Auto mod. Held a message for a reason. Smart detection. Yes, no, let's deny that message. Nice. If you put chutes from the bottom of the crushing wheel to the belt, it'll reduce lag since there isn't items floating. Won't look as cool though. That's a fair point. Yeah. Chutes there. So that then there's not just constantly items dropping. I mean, as it is, yeah, we're sort of... Well, no, that goes straight onto the belt. Yeah. We'll see how it goes in terms of lag and stuff down the road. Oh, look, we're up to like 99 blocks of flint. Beautiful. Let me take 16 blocks of flint, uncompress it. Let's put that into the mechanism crusher. Let's put 16 of that flint back. We'll do 2 stacks. Yep, last resort, absolutely. We've already up to 8 gold back in there. Nice. So it's recovering gold. Yeah, and like 71 iron, so it's making a bunch of all the other stuff. Quite reasonably too. Let's sleep. Let's check on what our piglin has given us. Skeevers is back. Welcome back, Skeevers. Alright. Place your bets. How many ender pearls have you bequeathed us? I gave you 12 gold ingots. Have you given us any ender pearls for them or not? I don't remember what the rates are. Let's see what's in your drop chest. No ender pearls. But we've got some other interesting things. Crying obsidian, regular obsidian, blackstone, nether quartz, potion of fire resistance. Fun, but not what I'm after. Not what I'm after. What if I gave you... Gabby guessed 1. Answer was 0. Gabby's the closest. What if I gave you another dozen? I don't even have a dozen. Give you 10 more. There we go. Because this is a... When you view it like this... The whole, Katooth was right because he didn't say any. When you view it like this is effectively just a gigantic machine to turn this much stone into ender pearls. In a weird kind of way. It's turning all of this stone into tuff, which is turning into gold, which is turning into ender pearls. It's making a lot of other stuff along the way, don't get me wrong. Like, it's making a lot of other things. But, in one sense, it's making ender pearls. Alright, everyone didn't say that. Okay, so what you're trying to tell me is Gabby's the only one who got that one wrong. And everyone else was correct. How's the gravel compressing going? Very slowly. That's fine. It's just happening in the background. Okay. Well, we are kind of on our last legs at the moment. We've been going, what, a little over 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours. That was our major objective for this stream. Like, that has actually been accomplished. Getting the crushing setup going. And automating everything. How's this up to? Oh, look at that. We've only got 800 tough in there. Okay. 2 sets of crushing wheels is definitely enough. 2 is fine. There will come a point where that may even be too much. but it's okay. So we don't need to make heaps more. Would only be if we made heaps more drills. And then the bottleneck might be the mixing. So that's fine, that's fine. We let that go for a bit. That'll burn through everything. The computer's handling everything fine. It's not drawing weird amounts of power. No, it's all as is. We all have it. We have exactly the right amount of power. Our lava generators somehow just worked flawlessly. Have you done all your gold? Alright. Second round of betting. We gave you 10 more gold ingots, so you've done 10 more trades. Do we have any ender pearls this time? Or have we got no ender pearls again? Again, without looking up the rates, because I feel like that would be cheating. We're going to see in a minute if you've given us any ender pearls. You're nearly halfway through a stack. I could put upgrades in you to speed you up, but that's fine. Tooth says crickets. Yes. I reckon it's possible. Oh, Gabby said, is it possible to double the speed on the tough side than double the amount of drills? Maybe. Whoa, what's all this? Nether bricks? Ancient hog shoes? What is that? Enchanted book of soul speed. Like, that's not bad. And iron boots with soul speed. I mean, sure, like, these don't stack, so that's going to be annoying soon. I'm going to have to give you, like, a double chest, because you're just going to start absolutely dropping items everywhere. We can't use coconut planks for chests, can we? No, because that would be sensible. Have to use actual planks. Oh, no, 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 that's not a chest. That's a chest. There we go. Ancient hog shoes are for Tusklans. Thank you, Jarvis. Sure. Okay. Well, at least we're getting spectral arrows and other random bits and bobs. Okay. True, I'm only using 2 out of 4 inputs into each mixer. You're right. We can pump into the mixers faster, but the limiting factor on the mixers is not the speed that they're getting the items, it's the speed with which they're mixing. We would need to gear these cogs up faster, which we absolutely can. Yeah, I would need to. Oh, let me go up here. I would need to increase the speed on this cog setup. Do another round of speed upgrades. All right. Guess who's back? Skeever's back. You're coming and going a lot, Skeevers. So let me ever so briefly, and I keep putting all of my create stuff away because I keep feeling like I'm gearing up to stop soon. Whoa, that was some nice audio lag there. Let me just do the old flip that sideways. True, the belts and wheels, everything else will speed up, yes. Even the crushing wheels will speed up in theory. And we'll find out whether or not we'll overload the system by doing that. So let me use our latest trick and hover mid-air so I can shift right click to pick up this gearbox. Beautiful. Okay. Look at that. Just pick this stuff up. So I can't just large cog out of this because it's going to hit this one. We've learnt that. I could go back a plane into there, but I feel like it's fine coming out a bit more. So if I do that out one there, I can large cog out here, which means I need to get all my cogs out again. Large cogs, and for some reason he doesn't have any small cogs in there, because why would I? Oh, that's right. I can put the casings around them. Casing on small cog, then big cog to go forward. I guess that would work. But let's just add more cogs. Because more cogs is more good. So like, if we do this guy on here, so that's my small to big, and now that's gonna do that. That's even faster now, right? And now all I've got to do is, I think I go this way now. Put that there, and we go down to that one now. And this is where we find out whether or not the whole system's going to go back to front. Because there's a chance the whole thing goes back to front now. Because you know me and things that spin the wrong way. Alright, so we come down here. I'm not thinking it through. We're just going to connect it and see what happens. Everything's going the wrong way. Everything's janking. Stop it. Stop it. Oh dear. It's spinning the wrong way. No. But we've learnt the trick now. 2 small cogs will fix this. We'll fix this, right? We know what we're doing. So a second small cog, right like that. It's going the other direction now. So if I put this back on now, it just fixes it perfectly fine. There we go. Now it's going the other way. Put a gearbox in the shaft. That would be the smart way to do that, Gabby. I think that would be a smart man's solution to that. Putting a gearbox in the shaft. Absolutely. But we're about what works here, and I think we've successfully overthunk the perfect solution to that. Let's put that back there. Let's pick up all this junk on the ground. Fortunately, it was just that stuff. It wasn't like all this other stuff, because none of that popped out. So we can just throw all this in here. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, and that. There's blocks of flint. Nice. Up to 15 gold now. So what's the damages here? Like, are we actually? Oh, let me sleep first. How much stress units are we actually using? Because it was like 8,000 that that side of the windmill was giving out. We do love cogs. I'm not repeating and stepping up one more step, Katooth. I feel like that's the sort of thing that will break the thing for stress now. That'll be where we don't have enough going on. So this is giving out 8,192, right? So each of the mixers are now going at double speed. So each of the mixers are now at 512, where they used to be at 256. So now these should be cooking away at twice the speed. In theory. I don't know how fast they were going before, but they look like they're going faster. Like double the speed. Like these cogs look like they're going insane. So they're going at 512 stress units. Yes, and each of these wheels are now going to 1,024. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4,096. And 4 of these, that's 2,084. So we could put on 2 more crushing wheels and we'd be at the cap. Or we could put on 4 more mixers and we'd be at the cap. Now it's not 2k on the wheels, it's 4k on the wheels, because each individual wheel is 1,000. Got like a... Aren't they? Like there's 1,000 there, another 1,000 there, another 1,000 there, another 1,000 there. That's how I interpret that, at least. I think. I didn't really check before I joined the two together. Because that's how it works with the water wheels, I believe. Like that's 500 there and that's another 500 there. So... Really want the speed controller for fine-tuning speed to match production. Yeah, I've heard of such a thing, and we absolutely could if we wanted to line this up perfectly. That would be, again, that would be the smart play here. There's still under 9,000 cobble, so it is going down. That is slowly emptying. So... that's all going nicely. This has emptied itself of tough. Look at that. Although we should be getting tough twice as fast now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. This is like running at like 200 tough. We'll have to see when a heap more pours through what this kind of stacks up to. And then this, yeah. This is theoretically loading up with stuff twice as fast now, which is great. We've got like over a stack of copper, a stack of electrum. Did we give the pigman stuff? Did we give him a heap of stuff after we made the double chest? We didn't. We just made the double chest and just forgot about him. Let's give him more. Seeing as though we're producing more at double the speed. Are the others going down? They were only the cobble. The others will be, but they were 5 digits long. So we can't easily tell because it's abbreviating using the thousands notation there. The cobble's giving us the 4-digit readout, so we can actually kind of tell. But I presume the others are going down, because it's got to use them in equal parts. It does seem more full, but I think that's just an illusion because of the way that when it draws from the first stack in each group. So you've got like a stack at the start that's not full and a stack at the end that's not full, and so it sort of gets a bit out of sync. But yeah, it does feel like it's, you know, since the mechanism pipe moves 16 at once, setting the smart shoots to 16 might make it move smoother and easier to tell what's going on. That's actually not a bad point. Not a bad point, yeah. And this chest is actually empty. Okay. So, yeah, that's fully empty now. Watch out for the windmill. There we go. So that's going to have stuff coming through slightly more regularly. Yeah, and we've got like weird stuff up in here now somehow. Because of how it dumped stuff when we did that. That's fine. We'll just... Oh, wait a minute. We've got red sand. Because something's gotten crushed. We can put that red sand in the computer. That's alright. No, we've still got some of that that's come through the system somehow. I see more red sand coming back through. What have I got? Whoa, what have we got? What have we got? Oh dear. Did I grab a tough out of the filter? Surely not. Yes. Wait, yes, that one's just taking 16 of anything. You're right. You're right. Let me get some tough. I need to wait for tough to come in, so I can grab some. Yep, somehow managed to do that. And now we've busted the whole thing. Okay, here comes some tough. Well, here comes a lot of things. But we'll get the tough out when it comes through. Maybe. Maybe. Here it comes. Instantly went in the crushing wheel, because of course that's how this works. Now that was cobble, granite, diorite. Okay, we need to intercept tough at a different part of the sequence. This basin. This basin. You're gonna have tough appearing in you at some point. But it's instantly coming out. Alright. Grab it out of the mixer. True. Easily done. Okay. Got everything, but that's fine. 16 tough. Okay. Okay. Let's put the tough in here. And let's just figure out what we've got in our inventory now, because we're going to have so much weird stuff. So this is going to be full of all sorts of weird things. It's going to end up in here. So, and it's going to have been compacted. So we got some cobble. Sturdy stone. Interesting. Red sandstone bricks. Sure. Gravel bricks. Quartz bricks. Okay. I think the rest of that's fine though. Let's go put that jetpack on charge while we figure out what we've got and if we can fix half of it. Quartz bricks. Nope, that's just what that is now. We can't ever turn that back. We can crush it to make it chiseled. We can, oh no, put it in the enrichment chamber, and it goes back to nether quartz. Okay. Do we have an enrichment chamber? I don't think we do. We have a metallurgic infuser. We have a crusher. That's fine. I'll stick them in the computer. Red sandstone bricks. Of course, I can use them to make stuff. Stone cut them into stuff similarly. Or I could block cut them like that. How were they made? Compacting down cut redstone into that. And the cut redstone was made by compacting red sandstone, and red sandstone was made by compacting red sand. Wow. So we got a bunch of red sand that got compacted all the way into these bricks. Alright, sure. Fill up the computer with it. Sturdy stone. That's just cobblestone. And I can uncompact it. Perfect. Done. Let's Let's put all that cobble in the computer, because again, computer can use cobble. Gravel bricks. Precious item. Suspicious gravel bricks. Interesting. So, how do I... Yeah, 4 gravel makes 4 gravel bricks, so compressing gravel. But then once they're gravel bricks, that's just what they are. So it's a building block now in the computer. And the rest of those can go back into the system. Let's have a nap. You must be done with your crushing. Yes, take more. Here we go. Stack of gunpowder. Soon to be 2 stacks. Okay, cobble's down to 7,000. But you're right, Tooth. I don't remember the others well enough to know if they've gone down or not. I mean, they have to have. Right? Doesn't look any emptier. Like, we're almost out of that cobble stack there. Insight was 24.6, you reckon? Yeah, well, it's now 24.4. Sure. But, yeah, to be fair, yes. Cobble was always obtained slower than the others. I remember Gabby saying that. We just get the others slightly faster. And you can see that by having andesite and cobble on screen at the same time. You can just sort of... You can see the andesite just breaks faster. But that's fine. That's fine. As that cobble runs down, we add some more drills to the cobble and it'll catch up with the others as the others go down. This is now back to having, hopefully, yep, 0 stuff in it again. But the system should be just sort of running a little bit more continuously with dropping stuff through. Try a 5th drill when it gets below 2,000. Yeah, exactly. So, let's put some of this back in our create chest, and let's go and give the pigman. Let's go wild. Give him 25 gold. Put a bunch of this stuff back. Alright, pigman. What will you give me for 25 gold? Ah, jetpack. I tend to forget about you guys around the back here. That's the random zombie noises we hear every now and then. Speaking of, iron is back up to, yeah, 500. Even though we've got nearly a stack of iron blocks in there. Excellent. On the to-do list, you know, the fictitious to-do list that we've got, we got to do something better with these guys at some point. If anything at all. Because we just have so much stuff in here that we don't need. Like, we are rolling in the flax. Like, ridiculously so. So, there's something to do with the Jaffa Gardens at some point. That's definitely a thing we've got to take care of. This is continuing to come along nicely. Just loading up on stuff. The stack size here is 256. Yeah, so one day this will be a problem. That day is not today. How's the pigman going? Have you gotten through all the gold yet? Do I plan on doing anything with trains? In my mind, I want to say yes to that. Absolutely, I feel like I want to do something with trains. Oh, spoiler, Blackstone. Still got 9 more gold you're looking at. I don't know whether I want to do trains in terms of actually transporting items around the place. Might just be purely for aesthetics. But sure. Since we're of course inspired by the Yogscast somewhat, I feel like I need to do something with trains. Absolutely. Nice. At some point we're also going to dye the windmill. That's on the to-do list as well. Put more colour on the windmill. We are also supposed to be making Jaffa cakes. I will also point that out. We are here to make Jaffa cakes. That is the goal of the Jaffa factory, despite the massive detour into obtaining ender pearls. And if we just once again go through a bit of the sequence, new pallets of Jaffas, but we go all the way down to the Jaffa cake. We've got to be able to squirt chocolate onto orange jelly cakes. And chocolate is just mixing sugar, cocoa beans, and milk. Alright? And we can get cocoa beans just from our hopper botany pots. That's fine. Sugar is just sugar cane, which is hopper botany pots. And milk, well, that's milking a cow. We've got cows. Cows are there. So at some point, got to figure something out with them. Took a brief pause there to join in with Skeevers in the chat. Oh, Skeevers, you finally broken Netflix, have you? Halfway through the show you were watching? As in like halfway through the episode, or just like halfway through the season, like between episodes or something? Oh dear. Okay, so that's all to make chocolate. The orange jelly cake, we're just sticking orange jelly on miniature cakes, and yep, orange jelly we can get by mixing orange juice with slime balls, which we've got access to. Orange juice is just coming from our orange trees and stuff, compacting our oranges to make orange juice. Slime balls, that was coming through dough. We've got lime dye from our hopper botany pots. Dough is just what we get when we wash wheat flour, and wheat flour is what we get when we crush wheat. So that gets us our miniature cakes, our orange jelly cakes. So we've got a production line, like it's all there as our sort of goal. It's not that far. I won't say it's not that far off getting, but realistically, we've done none of the steps. But yes, you know, we've got the jungle. The jungle sapling? No, we've got to put cocoa beans in to get cocoa beans. That was the. No, a jungle sapling should be giving me cocoa beans. They're all in here. Yeah, there they are. They're in there. There's just, there happen to be none up here, because of course it's just filled up with logs. Phew, that had me worried for a second there. So, yep, we're getting a load of other junk, but we're also getting cocoa beans. So that's fine. And we're getting sugar through sugar canes here. So, yep, at some point we're going to have to work out a way to get milk from these guys. That's a task. Got out of it episode 4 of 7. The iPad isn't logged into our other account on the Twitch browser. I know. I tried to log into Twitch on Safari, and it said something like Safari's not the latest version or whatever, and so it wouldn't let you log in. It was throwing me a funny error. What's that yellow cow? That's my moo blooms. One of them just spawned at the start of my base here. That's why there's so many yellow flowers around. Because a moo bloom was wandering around at the start. And when I was flying, I think last episode, coming back from the desert, we just happened to spot a couple more moo blooms out in the wilderness. So I brought one back in the gyrocopter with us. So he's got a friend now. Alright. Place your bets, place your bets. we are checking in on the piglin bartering. 25 gold ingots. Did we get any ender pearls this time? Circulating conveyor belt of cows and a create, deploy, milking them. Absolutely, that sounds like fun. Cows just circling on a conveyor belt, getting milked. Yeah, the gyro's not in yours. What's Oh, we haven't made a backup gyro for the computer. Yeah. Or our backpack. We're out of gyrocopters. No, there it is. There's one on the computer. Immersive aircraft. Yeah, I got no idea. That's not in yours at all. I might be able to look into that for you. Okay, let's see. No one has made any bets on ender pearls, so by default everyone assumes 0. Everyone is wrong. We have 3 ender pearls. Woo! Take them out and immediately put them in the computer. No worries, skiers. Thanks for jumping in. We're going to wrap this up in a minute anyway. We've got a second enchanting book. Soul Speed 2, Soul Speed 3. Nice. And boots. Soul Speed 1 and Soul Speed 3. On some boots. Nice. More potions. Fire resistance 3 minutes. Splash potion of fire resistance 3 minutes. Some water bottles. A lot of other random things. Put the ender pearls in the computer. We're going to find some good use for ender pearls at some point. Yeah, everyone needs to get to bed. Let's all call this a wrap. We're running out of direct inspiration anyway. We're just kind of funneling gold blocks to piglins at this point. Look at that. And we've nearly replenished what we gave. We had like 50 and we split the stack and gave half to the piglin. So we are now making stuff at a good rate. These are ticking through fine again. This one's back up to 64. This is all going as it should. This is down to 6,000 now. This stock is slowly going down. So nice. We're getting through stuff. We are getting through stuff. Alright. Let's prepare for a wrap. Alright. Oh, we're standing on a funny bit there. There we go. Alright. Well, it's been a long one. We're a couple of minutes shy of 4 hours. Not that I'm padding. Been a long one. We completed our main objective. We got gold finally, and we actually got ender pearls from them. Yay! So we now have a resource loop that turns time into ender pearls and other things along the way too, gold and other stuff. So that's got basically all our resources sorted. We don't have like a diamond loop or anything like that. As far as I'm aware, there's no straightforward way to just get a load of diamonds. I think we've got a mine for that the old-fashioned way. But bunch of things we can start thinking about next time. A lot of practical things, like we could be thinking about like actually gearing up properly, weapons, armor, enchanting, all those sorts of things. Now that we've sort of not having to worry about a lot of these other things. We've got to do stuff with the gardens. We've got to monitor the tough setup. And we've got to start working towards actually making Jaffa cakes. Got to start planning out like the Jaffa factory element of what's going on here. And maybe just do some more like building of things. We've got a lot of platforms just kind of sitting around at the moment. Let's have a look. We've got platforms and things and stuff going on. But at some point, I feel like a factory should sort of be produced out of this. Like a lot of this is just nice out in the open stuff. But we probably should have some walls on something at some point. That's all I'm saying. Bit of creative inspiration needed. Working some stuff out. So we've got to figure all that out. And in one sense, the good news is we might have a bit of time for a bit of planning to sort of think through all of these ideas, because we will not be back next Monday. Real life engagements and things for the next 2 Mondays, in fact. So next Monday and the one after, busy on both Monday nights. There might be a slim chance I could sneak on a stream on some other random night of the week, but at the rate we're going, it might not be. So it could well be 3 weeks before we're actually back here. So we'll see how we go, but if it is that long, we should have plenty of good ideas up our sleeve by then. So with that, let's save and quit to title. Let's throw up the thing. And let's say thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you Skeevers, Katooth, Gabby in the chat there. And anyone else still hanging around on YouTube to the very end of the video there. That has just been another stream that was Overthunk by Sharky. So I will catch you all in the next video. Don't forget to check out Skeevers tomorrow night before I completely forget. Literally at the end of my outro. Skeevers will be around tomorrow night. And probably in the other times too when we're not here. So thanks everyone. Catch you next time.